promise to help each other, celebrate the joys of life, and to console each other.
Hello. I am sorry, but I must interrupt this show.
You know what it is. Hey, ham solo. It's time, baby. Low. Let's turn how we do. Hey.
They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we gone. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said we gone. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you
Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you in red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you red fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today.
Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make you bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we gone.
What's cracking, everybody? What's happening? It's your boy Ham Solo here on the TSWS Gaming YouTube channel. I was supposed to do the crossover with K Mega today, but I don't know where he is. And I tried to call him, tried to hit him up on Twitter or whatever you want to call it, and he did not answer. But he liked a few of my tweets, so I'm not sure what he has going on. But hey, if he's busy, he's busy. I'll just let the man do his thing. But I'm here for you guys. I'm here to talk a little bit about what I thought about Hellblade 2. I want to also talk about the new Call of Duty Black Ops 6 new trailer that came out and how it's already being advertised and whatnot all over the place. They have this like VHS tape kind of teaser trailer that I thought was kind of neat and new, so I'll definitely dive into that as well. I'm also going to be talking about some of the Space Marine 2 hype that I'm extremely excited about that's going to be coming here in September. I believe it's sometime early in September, I want to say. And lastly, I'll be talking about the Xbox showcase that a lot of people are starting to call the Xbox Dash PlayStation showcase, which I find mad interesting. But oh yeah. K Mega is right. We moved our time to 3:30, which I completely forgot about. Oh man, I completely forgot that we moved our time. So this is my fault that I'm live right now. So I'll just sit here and talk a little bit about some of this stuff that I already said I was going to talk to y'all about. It just is what it is. Oh man, I feel bad now. I feel bad now, but whatever. It is what it is. So as I said, I wanted to talk about, and I guess this is just a good time to pretty much lay out my complete thoughts about the Hellblade 2 review. I put it up here on Twitter, and let me go on ahead and throw that up for you guys to see right now. Surprisingly, a lot of people agreed with me. Of course, there were some people that were saying that I was capping, lying, and whatnot. But I'll read it to you guys here in just a moment. Let me just get it up here on the screen. But here it is right here. So maybe I can zoom in on this. I can hide that. I feel bad. I told bro that we should move it, or I asked him if that was a good idea, and then he said, yeah, that is a good idea, and then I just flat out forgot about it. flat out forgot about it. But anyways, I put on Twitter. I put my review up on Twitter. I didn't put my review up on Metacritic or on any review site at all, nor did I like publish it to lordsofgaming.net. Maybe that would have been a good idea, but I'm not sure if somebody already did a review over there or not. So I just was like, screw it. I'm going ahead and throw my review on Twitter and just let it be that. But I put down that I beat Hellblade 2, and I can comfortably say that it was one of the best stories that I can remember in recent gaming. It was easily better than its predecessor in every conceivable way, in my opinion. They did a great job of referencing things from the prior game while furthering developing on who Senua is. He is still the same savage looking for a peace of mind and answers while this time attempting to not be the cause of pain to others. As she runs into people that have their own problems, Senua seems to find ways to harness others and her own burdens in attempts to tackle the ongoing problems slaves and general people have been going through. Outside the story, the game stunned me graphically, whether it was on my Xbox, PC, or Steam Deck, which I played it on all three of those. It also surprised me with hidden attacks. And the hidden attacks being, let me elaborate quick. The hidden attacks, like some of them that I didn't expect. Two of them in particular that I'm talking about on this one is throwing the axe back at people, throwing the spear back at people. Some of the specific moments in which you trigger your like slow down attack thing. I forget what it's called. I just call it the mirror. When you trigger the mirror, sometimes it'll do a finishing attack to people, which looks pretty cool and is interesting. But to continue on, the dynamic fights that may change if you fail the first time or two, which I've had times where this fight had started off with somebody different than I was fighting the first time, or the second person or third, fourth person that I'd be fighting would be completely different. Oh my goodness, K Mega, I apologize. I apologize. Did you?
Yeah, I was like, come on.
Did you see my message? I was saying that we could still
No.
do that show a little bit later.
Oh no,
I just literally
was coming in.
forgot. I literally forgot that we did that, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like he's liking my tweets and shit, but he
Yeah.
ain't seeing that I post like, and then you hit me like, "Oh, we supposed to do it at 3:30," and I about took my shades off.
You forgot. You forgot. Because you was like, "Oh, I like this time. 3:30 is perfect. It's fine."
It is better than this time. I 100% still agree with that. But maybe this old age is starting to get your boy a little bit. I mean, I don't know, maybe the mid-30s is starting to fuck with your boy's memory a little bit. But I didn't remember it until you brought it up, and I was just like, God damn it, now I feel terrible. I was just like nervous. I was like, man, it's like 3:45. Where's K Meg? Or 1:45? Where's K Meg at? And
yeah, man.
I was nervous.
I just recently woke up, to be honest with you, because I've been dog sitting, and so I've been staying up all night with my dog. But he's finally better now after a surgery, and so it's kind of like being a different shift thing between me and my wife. Like she stay home from work and watch him during the day, and then so I could get some sleep, and I would just watch him all night long, just because he was going through some a bad phase. Because he had tumors, and so they were one tumor that we thought, and then it turned out to be another tumor around his groin area, and it was the size of a baseball. So they had to and then they put that cone thing around his head, but he's like a damn snake. His big ass sit there and pulled out the damn drainage tube that was there, and so then he would just be bleeding all over the place. And I'm like, oh my god! So that's why I had to stay up with him just to make sure he wouldn't lick that area or clean up if he and make him stay still. So. Yeah, so he just get his big ass up under my game desk, and so I make sure I put blankets and stuff so he won't mess up my rug that I got under here, and then he'll just go to sleep and curl up. So he don't even want to be in his crate. Now he's back to being him. So he's back and he likes to go in his crate. His wound is healed. He hasn't been bleeding. That just started right when I came home from going to the cemetery yesterday. So my wife was watching him. So that's a good thing. So,
well, let me just go on ahead and throw this out there. I'm not sure how you feel or what you want to do now, but like, did you want to just do the show now, or do you want to wait until 3:30?
No. Let's go to it. I'm here now. What the hell? I'm gonna wait now.
do you want me to throw it on your channel right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Just throw it on there. Get it on there. I hate you have that much power over there, over here, but that's okay. That's okay. That was what this was about. Bigger.
Well, let's go ahead.
No, I have the power now. Let me turn this.
well, let me go on ahead and just go on ahead and restart. I might as well go on ahead and restart the show then at this point, because you just got here. A few other people just got into the chat and whatnot. And right now, and I might as well lay it out for you in case you didn't know what today's show was going to be all about, but you can see it right up there. I added your YouTube and also your Twitter to it so people could see that you're live currently right now as well. But so what I'm doing here today is I'm going to be talking with K Mega, obviously now, about the Hellblade 2 review. We're both going to kind of review that and give our thoughts and what we kind of thought of the game entirely. We're also going to talk about the new Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And we're going to talk a little bit about that little VHS trailer. I'm not sure if you got to see it already, Mega, and how they already started the advertising campaign for Call of Duty Black Ops
6. I did, where they put the banners across the forefathers eyes. Are you talking about that?
Yeah, there was some of that, and it was in New York, it was downtown New York and whatnot. And we'll also be covering a little bit of the Space Marine 2 hype. I'm excited about that game. I don't know if you are.
That looks dope. That looks dope.
And then lastly, we'll talk about the PlayStation and what people are calling, or not PlayStation, the Xbox, and what people are calling the Xbox-PlayStation showcase. Which is wild.
I do want to add another thing to it, and then I'll throw some gameplay in there of the trial for the Last Descent. Man, I really dig that game. So yeah,
the first Descent?
I'm sorry, I said the first Descent. Yeah, no, that game is dope, man. That game is real dope. I'm gonna cop that. I mean, it might be a free to play, but I'm definitely gonna put a lot of time in that game. That game is exactly
it looks slick. I was seeing your gameplay from last Friday when you were showing it off, and for a minute I was like, "What is that game?" And then I realized, this is the first Descent right there. I remember we played. I know it was separately when we played it, but we played that early build that they had for it, and then recently I believe they came out with a newer build. Is that right?
Yeah. It was the final before they actually do the real release, and so I've been playing it. I played a lot. I put some real good time into it, and I'm gonna go back and see if it's still up today. But I just wanted to show some gameplay and talk about that. But since we got a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's get it started, man. Let's get it started. I gotta wake up
again. I apologize, K Mega, about the time. The next time I'm gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna pre-make the show and have it on there so I could see. 3:30.
Okay.
Lord time 3:30. Gotcha. But anyways, yeah, let's go on ahead and talk about the Hellblade 2 and review it, because I know you beat the game, correct?
Yeah.
And I beat the game on Saturday.
Okay.
And I had it at an 8 before I beat it when I was on the podcast with you prior and doing shows earlier in the week last week. I ended the game giving it a 9.25 and calling it a masterpiece. Because the way they tied up that whole story and everything was just insane. And like to me, it was more impactful than the first one because of there being more than just you to care about. Right. It was like you go from the first game where you're like caring about Senua in her you know, situations and trial and tribulations that she's going through, to then being aware of what's going on in the world and almost being like Captain like Captain Planet almost. You almost feel like Captain freaking Planet. You like you doing everything to save the world and whatnot. So I thought that was really cool. But I'm going ahead and reread this. I'm sorry to those of you that heard me read this already, but I'm gonna read my review that I put up on Twitter. Did you happen to see that, K Mega, earlier?
No, I didn't see the review. I saw you talking about the last thing that I seen that you posted was about the clip that we had on GRG talking about the graph that the Black Viking made, that review graph that he made, but I didn't see what your review. But I'm looking at it right here. So go ahead.
So I'll just go on ahead and read it. I beat Hellblade 2, and I can comfortably say it was one of the best stories that I can remember in recent gaming. It was easily better than its predecessor in every conceivable way, in my opinion. They did a great job of referencing things from the prior game while furthering developing on who Senua is. She is still the same savage looking for peace of mind and answers, while this time attempting to not be the cause of others' pain. As she runs into people that have their own problems, Senua seems to find ways to harness others and her own burdens in attempts to tackle the ongoing problems slaves and general people have been going through. Outside the story, the game stunned me graphically, whether it was on my Xbox, PC, or Steam Deck. It also surprised me with hidden attacks, dynamic fights that may change if you fail the first time or two. LOL. Different type of puzzles, incredible sound quality, remappable buttons, and one of the best photo modes that I had the chance to use since Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, that is true.
Some of the negatives or things I think could be improved are would love a separate fight mode, something like Rise Son of Rome had for times that you just want to enjoy the combat system. Secondly, a second weapon of some sort to spice things up, creating signature moves outside of using the mirror, the freedom of being able to backtrack. And the game was a masterpiece for me. I give it a 9.25 out of 10. Your thoughts now, K Mega. I want you to go on ahead. I know you don't have anything to read. I don't know if you wrote anything down or whatnot, but
no.
But go on ahead and give your live, raw, and uncut review, as Still Rain would say.
Yeah. For me, I think pretty much everything that you were saying is absolutely accurate. The whole thing that I wouldn't think about the whole Rise Son of Rome like kind of online or co-op type of thing that they did with that. I mean, that would be pretty dope. But for me, I mean, I gave it a 93 out of 100. So
that's really close to mine.
That's really close, very close. And
0.05.
Right. Very, very close. So to me, it's just like you can't play the first game and enjoy it and not play this game and say that it's garbage. That's bullshit to me. Like we talked about on Friday. And for me, this game was better and superior in every way than the first game. Every way. That, like, when people say that, well, the fighting was better in the first one, I don't know how could you come to that conclusion. I really don't. I really can't see how anybody came to that conclusion. Well, there was more people. Yeah, but you only had like a 3 or 4 move set, like not even that much. Like you had a light and a heavy, and then you could do a run attack. You know, the see, and this is another thing too about with the combat that's so dope, and that it does change, and the enemy will change and adapt to you if you play like as you seen my gameplay. That fire dude was kicking my ass. Well, I did do a
I got rocked by that dude.
Yeah. The fire dude will rock you, bro. Like if you ain't smart about it. Right. So I did go back because I'm still 1 achievement away from getting 1,000. So I'm going to go. I'm in my second playthrough right now. I mean,
Did you turn on the others?
Yes. Yeah. Which voice do you like the most so far?
Right now I am on my second playthrough, and I just saved dude that was tied up.
Okay.
So I'm just at the beginning of him getting ready to be able to talk. So I can't really answer yet.
Okay.
I need to beat it the second time.
Okay. All right. So, but anyway, but I was talking about the voice acting, like the person that does the narration. Like you can pick once you beat the game, you can pick one of the characters that's in the game to be a narrator and tell the story from their perspective.
I thought the others were just. I thought when you pick the others, it just is a compilation of their narration. I didn't think you could pick one person in particular to narrate the whole thing.
Well, the one guy. Okay, so when you go and find those things where he's telling the story, where the dude is from the first one, where you have to look to get the puzzles and have that whole totem.
Yeah, the thing that you zoom into, you focus on.
Yeah. He tells it by himself. Then the other ones is where all 3 of them tell their story, and it starts off with old dude that, anyway, for people that have played it. But no, okay, but so anyway,
I haven't got to the 3rd one yet. That's still locked for me. I still need to find all the
Okay. All right, yeah. So no, I found all those. I just need to get 1 more 2 more of those little tree things, and that's going to be probably in where the hardest part of the game is, and that's through that damn cave, because I was fighting for my life to get out that goddamn cave, Jack. But anyway, but no, the game itself, like, and no game is for everybody, right? Like, and that's just what it is, right? Like, Call of Duty is the biggest game. There's people I know that Grand Theft Auto is the biggest, baddest game out there, right? But there's people I know that has not touched Grand Theft Auto, or don't even care to play any of those games, right? But
which, in my opinion, is wild. But
right, it is wild. But that's just what it is, right? Like, there's people that will tell you that they will never play a Call of Duty. They don't care to play a Call of Duty. So it is what it is. So if you got a person that says, "Well, this isn't my type of game. Hellblade 2 is not my type of game," well, understandable. That no game is for everybody. But if you played this game, and especially played the first one, went through it and beat it, and you played this game, there is no way in hell you can come out with the result of saying that it's worse than the first one. You can't. When you tell, the story is more laid out. It's much deeper. It's a better understanding. Now, there's like one person came to me about boss fights, right? Well, I like the boss fights, but okay, I could feel you on that if that's what you feel. I feel like because of the situation that was presented with the boss battles in this game, it's a different dynamic. I love when they make twists and do things different. It still was a boss battle. The outcomes were just different compared to what you did in one, right? So it's in like this, and so I'm thinking, like, because there definitely will be a part 3. It's going to be her journey now, because for everything that she's dealing with, and now she's become a leader, even with her own issues that she deals with. She has people that's on her side now that she can trust. That's something that she's never had. And on top of the fact that she's come to understanding her voices. Like now you get to understand it. You didn't get that understanding in the first game. You got the understanding now. What and she's gonna need those voices to get her through her next path. So because that shit was so dope at the very end. I know I'm gonna spoil anything, but that shit where she comes to the realization is like, hey, I need you too. And then that's what one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in a game visually is that whole end sequence where with that paint comes on her face. And I'm like, yo. I went back and fought that last boss fight 5 times because I kept wanting to see that ending over and over again. It was that amazing to me. I'm always been a person. I play all different types of games, right? So I know what to expect in the sense of, this game ain't gonna play like God of War. This game isn't gonna play like Halo. This game is not gonna play. I go into it knowing that as many games have I played in my lifetime, that this game is going to be different. It's in its own lane. It disturbs me that there are people out here that wants this game to play like Devil May Cry or God of War or something else. I don't. It stays. It's a wonderful thing when you have a game that stays in its own lane and doesn't have to veer off to be in comparison to anything else because there's nothing like it. And that's what the Hellblade franchise has become. It is in its own lane. It is nothing like anything else. And it doesn't try to be. It tries to be what it's great at. And that's what what they've done with this is, to me, is stupendous. This is like I said, this is a masterpiece to me. And I mean, for other people, if it's not, okay, but I don't want the next Hellblade to be God of War. I don't want it to be Devil May Cry. I want it to be what it is, just better. And what it did from the first game to the second game, it nailed it completely. So yeah, that's why I gave it the score of a 93 out of 100, because I'm like, it did everything that it possibly could to be a better game. The one thing that when people was complaining about the combat in the first game, it is improved on that. Like, it's so grounded. And then you don't know, you got to kind of replay it, redo it to find out that there's other things that within the fighting that's in there, which is crazy. Like, when you play a certain other fighter, a more hack and slash game, you kind of know what it is until, unless you build up on, like a graph or whatever, through leveling up. This doesn't do that. And another thing too, my last point, this game doesn't hold your hand either. It is linear, but it doesn't hold your hand on things. Because like somebody was over here talking shit about the game to me when I was talking about how much I loved it. And they were like, you can't even run jump anymore. You can't even do the run attack. Bro, you have to find it out. It's there. You can still do the run attack. How about you press other buttons instead of hitting the same buttons? And it's just come to me that there's a lot of people that they wanted to get their hands held. And that is surprising to me, is because I'm sure some of those people that were telling me about how Hellblade is not this and all that and blah, blah, blah. And they want games like Elden Ring that doesn't hold your hand. They love those games, but you can't love Hellblade because Hellblade doesn't hold your hand either. You got to figure it out. So I don't know. But I just think it's a masterpiece. It's a wonderful fucking game. Wonderful.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I beat it on PC first, and now I'm running it back on Xbox. I see Dark Hofton here. He's saying something. He said, "Yo, Ham, did you see how I tricked that guy?" No, I have no idea what you're talking about right now, Doc. I have no idea what trickery you pulled, but I'm sure you pretty much exploited somebody for possibly not playing a game or saying that they played something and they didn't. You did the old bait and switch kind of David Jab kind of move, possibly. I don't know, but if you could DM that to me on Twitter, I'll throw it on the screen. I ain't got no problem throwing it on the screen. I'd like to see what you did. It's kind of interesting. But all in all, I thought, Hellblade was a great game. I hope they continue to push this story along, and
Mhm.
I hope that they just do more of what they just did. Make the
Yeah.
game better and more interesting. Add a
Mhm.
little bit of extra touch here and there, but you don't need to rework the whole thing.
Right.
Right? We don't need, as you said, like a God of War out
Right.
of this particular IP. Could Xbox use something similar to a God of War?
Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Hellblade, an established IP, doesn't need to transform itself to become something that it's not.
Mhm.
And we talked about that last Friday. I gave an example of, look at Sonic. You go right the whole game. What
Right.
happened when they made 3D Sonic? It didn't hit the same way, although it
No.
had so much more stuff.
Right.
A perfect example, Sonic Frontier. It has so much more.
It's crazy, right?
You had skill trees.
Mhm.
It has all these different types of battles that you can encounter if you wish to. You don't have to. And for some reason, people said, "Hey, I'd rather just go right." so I'm just saying, like, should have Ninja Theory put themselves in a similar situation to possibly be dogged on for trying to be something that it's not? I don't know. But anyways,
Doc sent that to both of us, but yeah, it's right there.
did he?
Yeah. So you can post it.
Can you go on ahead and put it on the screen?
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and do that.
I don't see it.
Okay, hold on.
I'm interested in what he's talking about.
All right. Let's see.
Share that shit. Share that shit. Share that shit. Share that shit.
All right. Oh, do you see it?
Oh, yeah. I can see it, but I can't read it. It's just too small.
Okay, hold on. Let me
maybe control plus that shit a couple times.
Hold on. Let me see if I can just do this. All right. Is it a big screen yet?
No.
Hold on. Let me go back. Oh, damn it. All right. Let me back.
Oh, you got to share that screen. Like if it switched to a different screen, you got to share that one now.
Okay.
There should be a button on the top that's like two blue buttons. One stop sharing and the other one share this screen.
Uh-huh. Oh, hold on. I pressed the wrong shit. That's my problem right there.
Yes, you did. You did.
This. Okay.
Oh, we're going to play the sound. As long as
we're going to play it. Yeah, that's what I'm still trying to learn this crazy contraption. So you gotta let me cook. All right.
Hey, I see that you have a sound button here, so go on ahead and hit play on there, and then it may have you. It may switch to another tab in which you need to hit share that screen.
Okay, but I'm trying to figure out why it ain't in big screen yet. I don't know. Is it a big screen now, or is it?
No, let me go on ahead.
You go ahead and do that right there because I'm trying to. I'm still trying to wake up. I sit there. I was like, man, I got up. I got me some water and I got me a beer from the drink. I was like,
You still got some learning to do. We need to work with you on the back.
You got to work with you. Yeah, you got to work with me. I'm like this
back end.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me get the hell out of here.
But anyways, yeah. We got it right here. We good.
All right. Good deal. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let me throw it back. Let me throw it back. All right, so this is a minute 37 seconds long. It's of Doc Dark doing some sort of investigative journalism or something. Like I don't know what bro doing, but let's go on and hit play and let me know if you can hear it, K-Mac.
All right.
What's up, everybody? Doc Dark 1985. There's levels to this. Yo, I'm nasty with it.
Shit, I can't hear it because I need to switch my my sound.
Now hold up. Hey. I'm not the only one that's over here frauding the PC and being a fraud.
No. I had to switch it from the headphones. The people could hear it. I just couldn't hear it.
Yeah, no, I heard it. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so let's run this.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Doc Dark 1985. There's levels to this. Yo, I'm nasty with it. I'm sorry, okay? So, I just put up random tweets today, right? And this one says, no content missing, right? Then I put, what's the other one I put? no bugs, right? Like just it's just literally tweets like that. And my dude Will, shout out to Will. Look, man, no hard feelings, dog. He says the least they can do for a 6-hour game that took almost 7 years, degrading gameplay, mechanics too. Game better be polished for high to high heavens. Okay, whatever. So I replied back. He should have known I was baiting him. I said, "You think this is downgraded? Now this is gameplay of me playing Hellblade, the first one.
First one, yeah.
This is me playing Hellblade 1. This YouTube video is on my channel." So I asked him, "You think this is downgraded?" to see if he would even know that this is Hellblade 1. He replies, "Absolutely, it's downgraded." From what? Well, it's the first Hellblade.
Oh my
You are missing most of the mechanics of the first game. This is the first game. This is the first game. What are you talking about, Will? You see, I'm telling you right now, bro. Call them out. Call them out. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Will, bro. I had to do it to you. You open your mouth. Here it is. Don't delete the tweet now.
Oh man.
Messy
ass. I know when I saw it, I said, "Oh, he got him with the Hellblade 1," because I was like, "That's Hellblade 1." Oh my goodness. That's just what. That's just the reality of it. Like, there's a lot of people who haven't even played the game and they're salty as hell. Just wait. If Xbox does bring Hellblade to PlayStation, they are going to praise the hell out of it on top of dogging us the hell out, us Xbox gamers. Saying, "Look, we got your best looking game. Now we got this and God of War, blah, 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 per se. But the reality is that these people, they're jealous. I remember they acted like that over Starfield. They were jealous of it. They're jealous of this game. They can say whatever they want to. Well, it's not selling worth it. It's not doing this. It's not doing that. The game is actually doing pretty damn good. I mean, it's actually it's in the top. It's in the top 30 in sales for a game being on Game Pass, and for a game that is not a traditional type of game that people would initially just go out and buy like that. It's in the top. It was in the top. A day of, it was in the top. It was in the top 3 of most played. And then it was in the top, I think, 15 top being bought. And then now it's in the top. It's in the top 30, and it's in the top 23 of the most played. And if you go and look at the games that is in front of it, most of them are all multiplats and Grand Theft Auto. Like it's being played more than Elden Ring, and everybody's getting ready for Elden Ring to come with their new DLC that's coming out here next month. So again, we can sit here and they can point fingers, do all this, go look at Steam numbers and things like that. This is not a long game for where people can just say, well, oh my God, look what's happening with Hellblade. Once you beat the game, most people aren't going to go back. Now, crazy people like me is going to go back maybe a third time because I want to experience some things that I felt like I've missed out on because I enjoyed the story in the game that much. But most people, they play the game and then they keep it pushing. They do that mostly with every game. So so again, the numbers are going to go down. What they don't want to talk about is why is Helldivers 2 falling like a rock? But that's another story for another day. But I think that for a game like this,
I can answer the Helldivers question real quick. That's because they nerfed the game and fucked with it internationally,
right?
To the point where some people are having problems having access to the game. I feel like I'm not sure who's to blame, if it's Arrowhead or if it's Sony, but it's just like I don't know. It's like they're trying to put a stick in their own wheel.
They are.
Because the game's doing like imagine being like, man, I don't even know what to compare it to, because it's just like something's doing perfectly fine. Why feel the need to constantly bother that? You're just like the bees are making you honey. You own the bees, but you keep kicking the nest. you keep kicking it and expecting them to be okay with it. Like, dude, leave it alone. It's fine. The game's great. Leave it alone.
Yeah, Big Bad Mo said it perfectly. And then Christopher Hart said, what Helldivers do? What Helldivers 2 have to do with this? And I'm like, if you want the stands that keep talking about the numbers of Hellblade, right? Why are you not talking about what's going on with Helldivers 2? That's my whole point of that. Anyway, since y'all care about numbers and Steam numbers and all that garbage, right? But then what Big Bad Mo said, he said, if you got Stellar Blade, why are you worried about Hellblade 2 then on Xbox? Which is the point. Which that tells me a lot of people ain't playing Stellar Blade. And you already beat it. So because I saw that's what you posted. You was like, well, I ain't got nothing else to play until 2025. I'm sure the Lost Soul Aside or Soul Aside, whatever that game is called, that game is going to be coming. I don't know if that's something that you're interested in. That's something that I've been having my eye on PlayStation for a while.
I mean, until they advertise something for me to, get out of my seat and go grab. I mean, as of right now, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. I'm not standing by right now for anything on PlayStation right now. They have given me. They themselves said 2025. So that's the last thing I heard them say. So that's kind of where I'm standing.
Yeah. And then I see that the artist formerly known as Wangzi, how you would say that? Whatever. Let me be country. He was talking about Black Myth being on a PlayStation 5. That's coming to Xbox too. So we'll be playing that with you. So yeah, no, that game does look amazing. So yeah, I can't wait to jump on that. That comes out a couple of days before my birthday. So I'm on it. I'm on that.
Yeah, what's it like the 25th or something? I don't remember.
The 20th, I think, because my birthday's on the 20th. Yeah, because my birthday's on the 25th. So if anybody wants to hook up a brother on his birthday with the Black Myth, I will definitely accept that. I can do the Kamuchin. Yes, sir. I'm not afraid to do it. So, but no, that game is day one. I can't wait. Once I seen that game, I was already like, yo, this is insane. I can't wait for Black Myth. But
come on, Chris, you can't sit here and say all I see is Stellar Blade on my timeline. Of course. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I could sit here and say all I see is Hellblade on my. It's because I follow a lot of Xbox folks, man. If I only followed or interacted mostly with PlayStation folks, then I'd expect to see only Hellblade on or Stellar Blade on there. So what you see on your Twitter or on your YouTube, that is directional. That is what the algorithm thinks you want to see. It's showing you what you think you want to see. It's not showing you everything.
Right. And that's crazy because I had to point there a person that is he's in the fighters like I am. He's a PlayStation dude though. He was the only one that was showing gameplay at the time because it was before you got Stellar Yams. He was showing Stellar Blade gameplay, and I even reposted it for him because I'm only thing I'm seeing from any PlayStation fan from Stellar Blade is showing her ass or showing her in something moving around or her going up and down a ladder and her jiggle effects. Yeah, you nasty freaky bastards. I get it.
I feel them. I ain't mad at him.
Listen, I got a freaky flag too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that other people's freaky flag is way higher than mine, especially at my old age. But regardless, come on, man. I like jiggle physics. I like to see her yams and thickness. And listen, I'm going to show you. Later on. I'm going to show you some. I found my own little thing within the First Descent. So yeah, that outfit she got was nice, right? So I dig it, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody likes looking at something nice looking, right?
Oh, you talking about the Robo Girl or whatnot?
She's a water. She controls.
She has
water.
Like a slick suit on.
Yeah, she got it's white, but then I got other outfits where it's orange, and then she got another one that's an all black. But the one that I'll show is just her in that white outfit. But yeah, anyway, so the thing of it is that man, that's all I seen was the pics of her. I didn't see gameplay. And then I showed old dudes gameplay, and I've seen other people show gameplay later on. But
You
for
see
the
my
most part,
gameplay.
yeah. And I was just saying, yeah, I showed your game. You
I was
showed
clapping.
Oh man, come on now. But that's the thing, like, come on, man. I was seeing more about what the girl looked like than what the gameplay was looking like. So the gameplay looks dope. I mean, I'll definitely be a game that I'll pick up. I just rather play it on PC, and I'm not gonna go. Look, I said this before, and I feel bad for Eve of what the PC community is gonna do to her. But
Oh man, you ain't lying though. You ain't
don't
lying.
violate that child. I feel sorry for what they're gonna do to Eve, but I'm not messing with those mods like that. If they got a mod of a mother creature or something like that, or they put her in a like a Power Ranger suit or some shit like that, I'll cop that. But I'm not, man, they're gonna have her, man, they're gonna violate that poor child. I hate that for her, but it is what it is.
I tell you what, K Mega, I'm looking forward to Hellblade 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also looking forward to Stellar Blade 2.
Oh,
I'm looking forward
yeah.
to both of those games because respectively,
Mhm.
they're two totally different genre games. Both of them third person, sure. Eve, I can tell you in Stellar Blade, that story stunk. That story.
Oh, it don't look like it's a good story.
That story stunk all the way up until the end. The end was kind of nice. The way that they put together the end, I was like, that's pretty hot. That's nice. That's a godlike ending.
Yeah.
But like but the story leading up to that was meh.
I'm sure that. Yeah, no, you're playing that for the entertainment of not because of only the way she looks or anything, but just the gameplay itself.
The combat in
the combat looks so dope in there.
Really nice. One thing I wish they implemented more into Celebrate because I talked about some of the stuff that I wish that they'd implement into Hellblade. I already talked about that. Like some like the Rise Son of Rome thing, an extra an extra weapon or something like that, just to spice things up and stuff like that. But like moving over to Stellar Blade, since I didn't really review that game that much.
What did you think?
Like I thought that game was amazing. What I wish they had more in Stellar Blade was these like they have like these like little holes that you like that you like surf in.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm not sure if you've seen it or whatnot, but it reminds me a lot of like those bonus stages in Sonic, where you can go like all circle around, and you know the bonus stages where you're like running third person as Sonic. It kind of reminds me of those, and I wish that they cut because in Stellar Blade they have that little hole that you go into like. You start from like a higher area of the map and you end up in a lower area or just a different section of the map in general. And I wish they implemented that all over the place because I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
But instead they had it. They had like maybe 2 of them or 3 of them.
Kind of like what they did with Hot Five Rush, where in that one stage where he was in the mines. And you could zip line through. I mean, kind of however, like
very similar.
Like
yeah,
okay.
Where there's like those little dodge moments.
Yeah, those dodge moments and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yes, they had a few of those in Stellar Blade, and I wish they had a little bit more of them, just because I thought those things were really fun. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping in the second one that they have a better story and that they kind of are.
Bro, don't expect that. Don't expect that.
I'm not completely expecting it, but. What I'd like is a little bit more depth into the actual characters outside of Eve. Because I felt like Eve got like, which is, there's nothing wrong with it, but she got like the priority of like everything, right? And everybody else is just kind of like meh or really dry or awkward.
Yeah.
Very anime-like when she was like very down to earth. And it was weird. And I'm not going to spoil it because part of the reason she is the way that she is you have to progress the story yourself and figure that out, because I feel like that's partially a spoiler. But let's go on ahead and move on, K Mega, if you're good.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm just I'm laughing at Chris over here putting this in here and saying he said, hey, okay, Mega just admitted he wanted to play Stellar Blade on PC and put her in a strip club outfit. Nah, bro, I do not. I do not. I said a Power Rangers outfit or something like that, like maybe dressed like Chun-Li or something like that. Like, I mean, listen, I'm cool with, I'm cool with that, right? Like I ain't one of these people that's like, oh, I don't need to see ass and titty. I ain't not what I said. I'm just saying, like, look, I just know what the PC community is going to do to her, and it's going to be foul and disgusting, and I'm not going to partake into that type of fuckery. I just won't.
They'll probably do it to send you too. To be real.
Oh yeah. Cinema, like, yeah, I wouldn't, yeah. And I'm walking around in a thong, fighting for her damn life. They're gonna have Cinema doing the most. But nah, man, you ain't gonna mess up my masterpiece like that. I ain't gonna mess up my stuff like that.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move over to Call of Duty Black Ops 6. This game is what I find funny is we were talking about it this last Friday. You were talking about, is Call of Duty gonna get
held back?
No, not held back. You didn't say held back. You said something about, is Call of Duty gonna be more like selfish or like take advantage, or like what was the thing that you said?
It was because they said something about, because the game is going to come out on Nintendo and on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and the people that were complaining about it was saying that it was going to not only hold back, but then they were just showing their greed because they couldn't. Because they were saying that their greed. Because Call of Duty, Activision is so greedy now. They said, that's an Activision Xbox. It's so greedy that they're going to hold the game back and not give us a true next gen experience. And I'm laughing the whole time. That's why I was the last topic on GRG, because that shit was funny as hell to me. Like, what? This is Activision, people. This is why Xbox acquired them. They gonna get paid, Jack. And Xbox made the deal to get them on everything. Man, nah. That 10 years, they're gonna be cooking. So I can't wait to see what it look like. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at that. Oh yeah, this is it right here.
Yeah. This is the trailer that they just released, which I thought was nuts, because this is like, if you grew up around this time, you remember some of this stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yes, every bit of it.
Which is wild, right?
Mr. Clinton.
I was mad young. Like I was probably still in my diapers when some of this stuff was out, right?
Yeah.
Especially if Bush was president. If Bush Senior was president, I was still in my diapers.
Yeah, I was like 10. I was like 10 to 12 years old at that time when Bush Senior was in office. And then when Clinton was in office, because Clinton had 8 years, so I went from elementary all the way up to high school. So and I graduated when Clinton was in office. So
the first thing I'm gonna ask you, about this is, what would qualify as more greedy from Activision with this game, if there is such thing? Because I already feel like before they even got acquired, everybody was already calling them greedy. Hell, they have 3 studios to make Call of Duty games, and they get everybody every single time, because like
Paula Abdul was so fine back then. I'm sorry, I was just looking at Paula Abdul. They showed young Paula Abdul. I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy.
There was one person in your chat, I believe, last Friday that said that they're only giving this 1 year of dev time, and we had to tell them, like, hey, this is a different team, so they've had multiple years to develop.
Actually, more years on this particular Call of Duty that's coming out.
Right. So so like the timeline that you would use for something like Black Ops is.
You muted. You're muted still.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I accidentally hit some. No, I was saying the dev time that you'd want to be looking towards or actually counting is between Cold War and this. Black Ops 6, not between Infinity Ward's game, which was just last year, and this one. That wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
So, yeah. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's Call of Duty. Like, I mean, I think the next iteration they might implement the 2-year strategy, but I don't know and don't think that it will with this game. But if it does, great. Either way, because people are forgetting about Warzone. Warzone is going to constantly be there the whole time. So it's not like it's really crazy to me that it was that people are looking at this and saying, well, it's going to be underdeveloped and things like that. It's just like what Abacab and others are saying. It's been 4 to 5 years. They've held on to this. They've been making this game for a minute. And the last Call of Duty, which I enjoyed this Call of Duty. This last COD is dope as hell to me. I understand that the story wasn't as long and things of that nature or whatever, but and they kind of like slapped it together. That was the one that they rushed out. But the multiplayer is still outstanding to me. I mean, because I love playing on those old maps and things like that. And I think, it's just fun. But I'm a person that buys COD every year. So other than if it's,
I thought the multiplayer was phenomenal this time, but I didn't like the story.
Yeah, the story was a little bit. Yeah. The story
was just like, it was just too like I liked the linearness of Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
So when they went to being like, oh, take care of whatever whenever you want, and I'm just like, that's like I play other games to do that, not this. I don't play Call of Duty to do that, and it just felt like Warzone single player.
You thought so? Well, because
that's how I felt about the single player on for Call of Duty. This last one, it just felt like Warzone without any other people online.
Yeah, well, I can agree with that. Because it was linear in the very beginning, and then it got to the point to where you got into the shipyard, and then after that, everything became, do what you want. Like, take this angle, do whatever. But you could tell that was them just filling this in to try to get this out. And they just wanted to put some kind of story element in. So I get that. And I don't get it. It still didn't deserve a 3. You know what I mean? Remember, IGN and them gave it a 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? So like, it didn't deserve it because it still was high quality. It just was different. So if you wanted to dock it for the story, I'm not sure about that.
6 for the story. For the story.
For the story. Okay, I thought you said overall.
Just
I'm like,
the story piece. Overall, I'd give it like.
I give it an 8. Yeah, for overall. Because the multiplayer.
Overall, I give it an 8 because that multiplayer brought back some memory.
Bro, the multiplayer is what was the multiplayer is what keep it strong. Like the single player did not. And if you are a person that plays COD stories, it is definitely not the best. It is, and you could tell it was kind of rushed in. But at least we got a story. Like as a person who is a real serious fan of Battlefield and like Battlefield more than COD, but now I'm almost, and this is me crazy. This is me. Hopefully this will change, but I've almost given up on Battlefield. Not in the sense of like I'm not going to ever buy it again or anything like that.
What? How the hell? Like timeout came in. What the fuck are you talking about now? You've told me so many times how you actually like Battlefield more than Call of Duty, and now you're coming at me with some crazy sideways shit about you may be done with Battlefield. No, brother, don't tell me this is because Xbox now owns Call of Duty.
No. It has nothing
what
to do
are you doing?
I feel some kind of way about motherfucking Battlefield 2042, how they did me. That's where it is.
What they
that's what they did. It's got nothing to do with Xbox buying COD. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with it. Right there. Yeah. I saw what you said there. I do it because that's what people say. Look. No. When I say that I'm done with Battlefield, let me rephrase that. I'm going to continue to buy Battlefield. I'm just not buying Battlefield. Like I'm never ever buying Battlefield pre-order again. I got burned so bad with 2042 I bought it, excited, ready to go. Okay, I get disappointed because it's nothing what I'm thinking, but all right, still, I got my 3 days early. I think I got a week early. We get a week early. We get 7 days early. Yeah, that's right. It was 7 days. It came out 7 days before anybody else could buy it because I bought the Shut Up edition, the Ultimate edition.
You said the Shut Up.
Yeah, and so I'm with it, right? I get on it, and that shit is, man, my character doing the hammer dance, he doing the centipede. Shit is busted. I'm seeing the same tornado a million times. There's only 2 maps.
Hey, don't forget about that hit detection.
Bro, the hit, man, I said I'm shooting this one. Man, I changed my gun to a LMG. Standing, oh man, the dude laying on his belly like a snake, and I'm standing on business on his head. I'm letting loose till I have to reload the clip. This motherfucker stands up, tap, and I'm gone. That game was so, and I still gave it love because I'm like, listen, this is everything for me.
I remember Halo. It's better now. It's better now.
It's better. Yeah, I know. I'm like, they patched it up. It's better. And Halo Infinite, the desync. It's well, no, this was Halo Infinite was fantastic because at that time it came out during the when Halo Infinite got like turned to shit was when it was after the holiday season when everybody left. And just let everybody left.
Yeah, the script got flipped.
Yeah, like and then the desync went like Halo Infinite played so motherfucking fantastic, and then after the holidays, you come back to it. And so anyway, I was like, okay, this wombo combo here, Halo Infinite and Battlefield 40, the man ain't nothing better for me. And then you know what I'm saying, Street Fighter 6 is coming later down the line. Life is beautiful. Anyway, Battlefield, that shit, and then so I'll still give it a chance, and I'm still fighting for my fucking life, trying to explain to people like, man, it's a shit. I get it. Well, and I can't lie to people. Like I can't just say, yeah, man, you got to cop that shit, man. That shit is dope. I'm like, well, there's some problems here, but you know, the new season is coming, and everything will be patched out. And then here comes they delay season 1 indefinitely. They don't even tell you when the next season is going to be ready, and so. At that point, and then Halo's multiplayer is turned to shit, and then there's no content there, and I am just lost. And so I went to go get my money back. I like, you know what? Fuck you about EA for this one. I stand with EA, right? Like I'm a fan of EA.
You do.
I do.
To a detriment.
To a detriment. Right?
You do, because I was arguing with you about all sorts of different EA games, telling them to step it up, and you like, but they did step it up, and I was like, but they didn't,
bro. And so when that happened, I called Xbox. I said I want my money back, and Xbox was like, we would love to help you, but we have so many returns right now. I think you're a little bit too late. I'm like, no. So I call EA. I hit up. I say, man, when is this game gonna get fixed? And they said, well, from what we hear, we're talking about people from where I heard, it's from the person I talked to from EA. They said they're thinking about maybe the summer, maybe even after for season 1. I'm like, I can't wait that long, man. This shit is busted. He said, we know they're rumbling that people are leaving and everything else. And sure enough, before it even happened, before it even came out, you start seeing that there. And I'm like, holy shit, it must be bad over there, right?
Bro, the game was going as low as like $5.
Bro, and that was another reason why I got so pissed off is because before I paid the Shut Up edition, and before a year, and before season 1 dropped, that son of a bitch was $20. And then that's when I said, you know what? Okay, K-Mega got cooked on this one. You got me, Battlefield. I know people was over here not mad about, wasn't excited about Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 was fine. It still played great, looked beautiful. I loved Battlefield 1. Just wish that there was more weapons, but that's okay. Whatever. And everybody knows Hardline and is my shit, right? Like the multiplayer is absolutely fantastic to me. But that was it. It hurt me so bad. It just hurt. So I was like, nah. So COD will continue to get my money. I'll pre-order COD, but Battlefield, you'll never get a pre-order from me. So that's when I say when I'm done of being all in on Battlefield like that. And that's unfortunate because I do like Battlefield more than Call of Duty. But Call of Duty has been steady, has done it. So yep, bring your greedy ass on. I got you.
God damn.
So I'm gonna wait about maybe about 2-3 weeks when the game is and before I buy it after launch, and I don't even know if I can get the Shut Up edition. They gotta really prove it to me.
Hey brother, just do what you told. Just stick with your. Just stick to your principles.
Yeah,
on this one is all I got to tell you.
Yeah,
because I remember around September of last year.
Yeah,
Brother Mega was praising EA Play in the subscription service.
yes, sir.
And I'm just telling you, stand on principle.
You're right.
Because if you think that the subscription service was worth it then, and you were mad about not Call of Duty, but Battlefield and whatnot, go on ahead and just get your ass, keep your ass subscribed when it launches. So then you know, hey.
Oh yeah,
that's all you got from me this time was $17. That's something like that.
Yeah,
and then you didn't get got for $170.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm still and I wasn't subscribed to. I was subscribed to EA because they didn't make that switch yet. Well, no. They had it through Xbox, but they didn't. But I didn't get the PC until after I bought Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, you still had your old card.
Yeah.
You didn't even make the new PC. But now that you're, I'm just saying, like, you done lived and learned.
Indeed. And you know what? That might have been the thing that drove me to EA Play and Ubisoft. That probably is what, because I was like, you know what? I mean, I think the subscription shit is dope as hell, and it saves on money. And you know what? I don't know. What my brother Garcia say? He said, I feel the same way about Battlefield.
He said it was Battlefield 5 though that got him.
Really? What? Battlefield 5 was not bad. I mean, it wasn't better than Battlefield 1, but I don't know. Garcia, please tell us what Battlefield 5, how did it burn you? But yeah, no, I
you, brother. How did it sting?
Yeah, let us know how it stung you, man, because let us know.
All right, so just continuing a little bit further. So going back to Call of Duty, which we were initially talking about.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I had to tell that story.
Okay, Megan went on to his he had a tantrum moment.
That hurt my heart. God damn it, EA.
Feelings were crushed. But we're seeing here from shout out to Rebs Gaming here on at Mr_Rebs_ on Twitter. He has shown some video. I'm not sure if he's the one that actually recorded this. But could you hear that?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Okay, cool. So I have it muted. Yeah, there's nothing to hear. It's just downtown. I mean, you can hear vehicles going by, but it's nothing good to hear. But this is just showing what it looked like downtown. I take it this is New York. But mad interesting to see that Call of Duty is kind of already out here, doing its thing. I'm trying to see when it pops up. Maybe it already did.
Is that real, or is that an advertisement? I mean, it's advertising, but is that like somebody that just sees this in New York for real, or is this part of their commercial or ad or something?
I see. I don't know. Now I'm trying to figure that out because it's like, hold up, I'm not even really seeing anything Call of Duty. So I'm wondering, is this like supposed to be the game?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what with the banners, that's what they said. The truth lies, or something like that, or something, whatever. That was part of the that was part of like their little advertisement when they showed that clip where they put it on, when they put those banners across the Mount Rushmore.
That's right there. My camera's right in the middle of the screen where the bus is. So
yeah. It's just where that little van is. Yeah.
I'm all looking at the billboards and everything all around it. So the truth lies.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So they driving around town and shit. Like they're doing a lot.
See, Xbox. you better talk to Activision's advertising team. You better get them on. Man, because that shit right there is that's dope.
That's
dope.
wild.
That is real wild. That's real wild. Because that tells you right there how good that type of advertising is, because we don't know if that's a part of the ad or if that's them on real streets advertising the game. That shit is nuts. That's dope.
Level.
That's next level right there. That's next level. So,
but yeah, I mean, they are hitting the streets real hard. You can see it like here on the it says on the New York Post and what.
That's dope.
Like, I still don't like this question that we had just a moment ago is still in my head. Like, is this real or is this just part of the advertising? Like I don't know. like all this stuff is it's just wild. The advertising that they're doing it, and it seems that you know, a lot of people are going to say this is Activision advertising. This isn't Microsoft advertising. And what I would say in an argument back to that is this is a learning experience.
Yes.
For Microsoft to see how hard these guys actually go at advertising versus what you guys have been traditionally doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is like a mirror showing, you've been calling yourself a bad little thing for a long time, right? And then you get to stand in the mirror with a real right next to a real bad looking thing, right?
Yeah.
And you're like,
oh, I stand corrected.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of details that you did that I just skipped right past.
Mm-hmm.
A little, that extra little, you got the do rag on or whatnot, like the waves, whatever. You took that extra little bit of care, and you look astonishing in comparison to myself that thought I was some.
Yeah.
By spending $35 to get my hair braided and calling it a day.
Yeah. When this person did everything, did it all. You know what I'm saying? Foliation and all that. You know what I'm saying? Got stayed in the hyperbolic chamber and you know what I'm saying? And
speaking of self-care, it wasn't until I got older that I realized how many guys actually go out to get stuff done.
Bro.
There are a lot of dudes that go to get their eyebrows done, that go to get manicures, pedicures, and all this stuff. And they some of the toughest motherfuckers I done ever seen.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. This was I would get clowned on this on next podcast and things like that. Fred and them would make fun of me because I would say I would go with my ex. I haven't really gone since I got injured, but I would go with my ex and I would go get pedicures. You know what I'm saying? And if not, then I would go and I would soak my feet. You know what I'm saying? I take care of my feet because of when you wearing boots, you know what I'm saying? When you wearing them hard ass boots all day, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a day, man, your feet gonna be, trust me, no matter what kind of socks you wear, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're stepping in cement and just elements and everything else, and you just wearing those boots like that, man, your feet gonna look bad. And so one of the drivers, they were telling me, bro, more than chat, man, you gonna look, man, shit, your feet gonna look like Baracas of teeth. Shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Crazy. But anyway, so one of the drivers, he was like, man, I go with my wife all the time, man. We go get pedicures. I said, pedicures, I did all the same thing that what these people like, oh, man, that shit is sweet, bro. What you talking about, pedicures? I mean, listen, is it one of them fine things out there? Why you guys? He's like, no, I'm telling you, take care of your feet. So I eventually let my ex talk me into going. And then I went, and bro, when that shit was funny, that little Vietnamese lady said, you better come back here next week. You need more work.
Oh, shit.
Man, after she was digging and moving and scraping, and man, she got busy. Man, when she got done, bro, I felt like I could float. and because my feet felt so good, and so I live on it. Like, take care of your feet is just another thing, man. That like some of these weird dudes can say, "Oh, that shit gay. That's fruity." What? Nah, bro. Taking care of yourself is just like no different than taking care of your teeth, taking care of your body. You know what I'm saying? When somebody sits there and say, "Oh, well, you fat, you don't take care of yourself." Well, hell, if you skinny and buff and your feet look like your feet look like goddamn cement, and then your fucking mouth look like goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Like a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, just you losing teeth and shit, then you just as non-healthy as the fat guy. You know what I'm saying, that you're over here talking about. So so it's all about taking care of yourself, man. That you gotten older, and it took me a while to figure that shit out too. But yeah, man, it means a lot. So yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Another little rant.
I was about like, I want to say like 22 when I figured that out, and and then I ended up getting with the girl that I ended up marrying and whatnot, and now we go out and do stuff like that and whatnot every once in a while. And I'm just like, shit.
Well, see, also when we went to when me and my wife went to Mexico, when I went to Mexico, and then I had my very first massage, and that's how I knew about the foliation and all that shit, bro. And first that, like, and it was crazy because there was this, because being out there on the water and shit on the cruise, like, it's all international. So there was an African woman that was rubbing me down. Of course, I'm going to enjoy a woman rubbing me down. On top of that, then there was this Asian woman that was rubbing my wife down and shit, right? So then, man, like, there was this stuff. I bought it. It was expensive, but it was this sea salt type stuff. And it was like in a jar like this big, cost about $100. But bro, you put that on your body, like that woman put that shit all on my body, and then I took a warm hot shower afterward. Shit, boy, skin something, man. That shit, man. I'm a believer in it. I don't care what nobody say. You can call me soft as you want to. You think it might be sweet over here. You be sadly mistaken, but my damn sure my skin gonna be right.
All right. Speaking of sweet, K-Mega, Sir X-Man laid a super chat on your channel. Go ahead and read it, brother. I got it on the screen for you.
Did it? Battlefield 4 will always be the greatest. No, Battlefield 4 is the next to Halo 5 and Halo 2. For me, I would probably say Battlefield 4 is in the top echelon of best multiplayer games of all time. Battlefield 4 is that damn good. If people haven't played Battlefield 4 after it's been out this long, I'm and if you are into any multiplayers or whatever, I would. And the story was fire too. Do you remember that story?
I didn't play it.
Okay. Yeah. So Garcia, man, I like Garcia. Garcia knows what's popping. You know what I'm saying? He must be a hardworking man, just like I was. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nah, man, they're like the feet mad important, bro. But I mean, Mr. Joanna Dark had a little something to say to you right here.
What he said, you got, bro, I did. that little Asian, that little Vietnamese lady, she said, you come back next week. I said, yo, my ex looked at me like, damn, was it that bad? Like, I was, the only thing I thought about was like, man, I said, man, she's using that damn chisel thing. I mean, not the chisel thing, but that whatever thing quite a bit, man. Yeah, I had Bowser feet for real, bro. Yeah, I don't now. I mean, because I know how to take it. That was about 10 years. That was about, what, 12 years ago? So, yeah, no. Now, boy.
That was just last week.
I said my ex. I've been with my wife for 10 years, bro. What are you talking about? No. This was like, yeah, that was my first time ever getting a pedicure. It was 12 years ago. Yeah, no, bro. Yeah, that shit was serious.
All right, yeah. Garcia says right here, you speaking facts about our feet, K-Mega. Our feet move us back and forth. Of course, they are important, like our car tires.
So, yeah,
I mean, exactly. Right. Yeah,
you got to put service on your car tires, so it's the same thing with your feet. So hey, man, and if you listen, fellas, if y'all ain't taking care of them feet, man, I'm telling you, that shit gonna give you long-lasting issues going forward, especially you get older. So you got to take care of them, man. I was the same way. I'm like, that shit weird.
I feel like we've learned in the last few decades how serious it is to get your feet possibly even molded for the correct type of shoe.
You know what? There could be. You know, I haven't gotten that far into it, but I'm pretty sure you can.
Noticed when I talk to people that have like Red Wing boots.
Yeah, that's some of the boots that I used to wear. Well, I still got some Red Wings in there.
You remember how you
garage.
have to get your like foot molded
Mm-hmm.
to have that shoe, so and it then becomes like a forever boot, and they'll replace it if you
every year
like pay like the insurance or whatever, or like if you like paid for. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but like I just thought that shit was like wild and insane. And then my bro was telling me, he's like, I don't know why. He's like, after I got one of those boots, I ain't never got another pair of boots ever again. He said, I just feel like I'm wearing sports tennis shoes all the time because they're so comfortable.
Yeah, no, my boots, the boots that I still have from my injury, from the job, I still got them. That, man, solid, man. Those we would get boots every year. And concrete, you know, if anybody that's worked in the concrete will tear some shit up. Like, it will just eat. So just think about this: if you're working in that type of field, and concrete is eating through your boots and your clothes. That's why you have to wear, you can't wear shorts doing concrete. You can't. You have to wear pants. There's some people that will try to be wild and wear shorts and shit, and then they was told, then it changed up. It's like, no, you can't. Because if it's tearing through your boots and shit like that, just think what it's going to do to your skin. So, you know, no, those boots that we had, they were top notch, and we got them every year. So I kept a couple of pair. I still got like 3 pair, but the last pair that I had, they're still up there with some other stuff that I got that I
you know what you know what I think is kind of fun that we should start doing a little bit more.
What?
We should allow some of the audience to sometimes bring us topics if they wish to.
Absolutely, on slow days. Yeah, like, I mean, this is kind of a slow
this is a slow day. And Abacab right here, that Greg Miller just posted that so far Starfield is his Gotti for 2 years in a row. And I have a question on that, and I'm turning that into a topic. Thank you, Abacab. And here it is on the screen, just to kind of give you guys a little reference. So I asked to you, K Mega, and I'll answer this myself in here in a little bit, but he put down on, and this is May 25th, so this is 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So even more interesting. He said, crazy that Starfield could be my Gotti 2 years in a row. And then under it, he put like, you know, the fire with the kids smiling. And I got to ask you, if you personally think, K-Mega, that maybe he's saying something nice like this about an Xbox game because he pushed so hard against Hellblade and gave it a low score. And after, what's his name, Snowbike Mike, that I happen to have on my channel, I did a interview with him. He's one of my last interviews I had for Behind Them Sticks. Did you see or hear about the back and forth?
I saw that interaction.
Snow. So I find it interesting that just like a day or two later after he says those statements, then he posts that this could be his game of the year for the second year in a row. Because a lot of people were saying Snowbike was giving him that work.
Right. No, he's right.
Do you think that this correlates at all, or do you think that Greg Miller is just out here saying, you know, this is a game that I just absolutely adore?
To me, is almost kind of like a slighted disrespect to Starfield not getting nominated for anything, not being in the contention for Game of the Year. You know, you're going to say this now. Where were you at when the game came out? And when the game had an opportunity to be a Game of the Year, like your voice. I mean, I don't know if I don't recall him ever saying that. And if people in the chat, please let me know. But I don't recall him ever saying that Starfield was his Game of the Year last year. I don't.
He did say last year, around the time that the game came out, that he beat the game like a ridiculous amount of times and that he really enjoyed the game.
Okay.
So like I'm not saying that he's capping at all
Right.
about his love for Starfield. Not saying that whatsoever, because I believe him when he says that he really enjoyed this game.
Mhm.
I just find it ironic that after he beat down an Xbox game,
He's
and
talking
then,
up on one.
and then said not that long ago he also said that Xbox is done making consoles
Right.
and all the games are just going to come to PlayStation. And then during this last podcast that he had, he said that that Xbox just needs a effing win, and
Right.
this isn't that.
Right. But he said that Xbox hasn't had a win in that conversation. So if Starfield is a game of the year for you 2 years in a row, well, that would let you know that Xbox had a win, right? But now you're saying that's what I'm saying. Like
That's mad interesting that you said that right there.
You see what I'm saying? Like he didn't say that. He didn't say in 2024 Xbox needs a win. He said Xbox hasn't had a win. They need a. He said in his word a fucking win. And they didn't, and so now you're saying that this is your, and so that's why when I'm looking at him, he's looking at this picture. He's saying that he's being, and I agree with MJ Dark. He's like, he's trying to trigger people and be disingenuous. He's you know what I'm saying, like, look, he likes Starfield, right? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Hugh, Abacab, and others have said that he's talked about it last year. But where was he? You know what I'm saying? And he said what he said, but why did he not advocate heavily for Starfield to be considered game of the year? You see what I'm saying?
You're kind of wondering, why am I hearing about this now?
Right, yeah, because I didn't, I don't really pay attention to their podcasts and shit like that, and that's no disrespect to them. It's just that I've been doing this content creating shit for a long time, and I got other things to do, game, hang out, do what other shit, and I just to sit back and listen to podcasts all day. But I just feel like for me, it's a weird situation where you're advocating for this game now. Is it because you feel that this game is going to come out on PlayStation from what the rumors they talked about? Or is it like, or is it just you just wanting to throw salt on the wound because you think Hellblade is just not a good game, because you're really actually throwing shade at Hellblade 2 yet again by talking about a game that came out last year while everybody's over here talking about Hellblade? You're still saying that Hellblade is not worth a damn to you. I don't know. Like there could be a lot of innuendo type of BS that the man could be saying. I have no idea. But I kind of agree with Dark on this one. It's saying like I think he's over here trying to trigger people, and it is what it is. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
I think it's a little I wholeheartedly agree with what Mr. Joanna Dark just said.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of what you just alluded to right there. You kind of hit me with a little bit of a white light moment. Like, I see the light a little bit because you mentioned that. Why are you going to say that Xbox just needs a win if you already gave it one?
Right.
So, and I think maybe what he might be alluding to is a win just wholeheartedly with every single person on the planet just like absolutely loving an Xbox game. I think that might be what he's alluding to with it. But I feel like him putting, this tweet out is a little suspicious.
It is very suspicious. I think it's shade. I honestly feel the more I think about that, I think it's shade towards Hellblade 2. Because he's saying that what Xbox brought out last year is better than what Xbox has brought out this year.
I mean, I didn't think of it as a little undercover sneak diss. I didn't think of it as a sneak diss.
Yeah, man.
At all, but I mean, it could be
because old dude gave it to him. Old dude told him the truth. Like, look, is this what you want? Is this what you look? If you're telling Microsoft that we just want Fortnites and Call of Duties, then by all means, that's what we'll give you. And that's why I'm trying to express to people. Listen, you keep on the gaming space it's smaller than what we think it is. When I'm talking about like this ecosystem here with, you know, on Twitter and Facebook and other places, right? It's not as big as what people think it is, but it gets a lot of attention because there's a lot of eyes because these people want to know what gamers want, what gamers are, you know, are asking for. And every time we always contradict ourselves in one way, shape, or form by saying, well, we want studios to have the freedom to make what they want. Then when they do make something that they want to make, that's not what I asked for. That's not the game that I was looking for. Wait a minute. You just told us to make what we felt, you know, have our creative freedom. We give our creative freedom. Now you're telling us you want more of the same of another game. And then when they do that, then they come right back to saying, see, this is the problem with gaming, is that they're too afraid of creativity. Well, and then on top of that, everything costs a lot of money. So they're expecting to get something back. So they're listening to us, but they're going to get to a point to where they stop listening to us. So that's why I'm saying, like, you know, they keep throwing the shade, and then when you got the media doing what the media does, like this is, and I understand Greg Miller might not call himself a journalist or whatever, but he is a known figure in the gaming space. He has a lot of clout, and when you throw this stuff out, and the more, like I said, the more and more I think about it, I think this is shade towards Hellblade by saying, look, this shit ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You know, Starfield was better. I just look at this and just like, man, it just writes as just, I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me. It really don't.
So I just realized, and you guys can do this as well at home if you want to see it for yourself. It's nothing monumental or anything too crazy, but I just find it a little interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter has just now alerted me that they are changing their URL. You can now type x.com and it'll take you straight to Twitter.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. So yeah, I'm just sitting here looking at it. It says x.com /home on my screen right now. And it's interesting because I go to some of the other like tabs I have pulled up, and it's still Twitter. Like this one that you guys are looking at right now is Twitter.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it right now. Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. x.com/home. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they just made that switch, which I find is really weird because Elon just came out and asked everybody, which one do you prefer, X or Twitter? And I'm pretty sure at Twitter, one hands down.
Bro be on some other shit, bro. Like he said this shit. What about maybe last year or 2 years ago? He said, if you want me to resign, he says, you want me to resign, give me 3 million. He says, post it, you know, give me 3 million, whatever. And he got like 25 million people that said resign. And you see, he's still here. So, you know, and then he's threatening to take away the like buttons and stuff like that. You know, so I don't know.
Blocking.
Yeah. It's wild. It's wild. The man is trying to do whatever he can. It's a cesspool. Like when I first joined Twitter in 2016, 2015, something like that. The propaganda, the racist shit was heavy. Twitter was actually I forget how bad Twitter was until now when I see the same racist shit popping back. And now it's just with all this propaganda from people from China and Russia and people trying to impersonate to be black people. And it's nuts out here, man. It's crazy. The shit that I get in my feed, like the porn thing has always been there, but everything has gotten wild. I still be some posts. I'm like, I wonder if people are seeing the same shit that I'm seeing right now. It is crazy in these streets. So it's just Twitter is just X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. It is It makes you almost feel, and everyone said this, and I agree with him. It almost make you feel, it almost lose hope for humanity a little bit. Because it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's nuts.
So I'm interested in looking this up real quick, and I might just take a second to do so. But
Okay.
Big Mad Mo in the chat is saying Hellblade 2, top 10 most popular game. Do you believe that, K Mega, right now?
I can look at it right now. I can believe it. I can believe it.
Look it up. See?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Here is a little piece from Forbes right here. Of course, you cover up the screen with an advertisement as soon as I put that up there. There we go. It says Hellblade 2 launches as the 23rd most played Xbox game.
Yeah. And that's not bad for a game. Like, see, what people don't remember.
I'm going to read this article real quick, K-Man.
Yeah.
Let me give me
okay
an opportunity to do that real quick.
Okay.
So I can, because I feel like it's worded weird, and they do that so you read.
They do so you can read it.
Exactly. So Paul Tassi wrote this, and he's a good writer in that regard. But all right. So he says Hellblade 2 launches as the 23rd most played game. Most played Xbox game. What does that mean? Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 launched last week to solid reviews from both fans and players. It is one of Xbox higher profile exclusive releases this year, possibly the highest given that Call of Duty is cross-platform, but it may not have made much of a splash in the terms of total players. And at Microsoft, every studio feels like it's put on trial.
See, there we go. There they go. There they go, man. There they fucking go.
All right, so it continues to say we only have a limited array of metrics to go on in the current state of relatively non-transparent game performance, namely two when it comes to Xbox games. First, there is the top 50 most played Xbox games list that is updated every few days on a bit of a delay. It took a few days, but Hellblade has debuted on the list in 23rd place. It originally showed up in 30th last night. This, despite its inclusion in Xbox Game Pass. The caveat here is that this list is based on hours played, and Hellblade is a relatively short 6 to 8 hour game for most players, so you'd play quickly and move on. Still, at launch, you might imagine those hours would add up to something a bit more significant. Given its place in Xbox's lineup this year and its availability on Game Pass. The second metric we have are Steam numbers, which are always somewhat controversial, but the idea, but it's just data. In this case, it would indicate interest for a $50 game outside of Xbox Game Pass ecosystem. Hellblade 2 peaked at 3,982 players at launch. For context, the poorly reviewed Redfall peaked at had a peak of 6,124 players at launch. There's little point measuring longer term Steam numbers after given how short the game is, as most will play and depart. So the launch numbers will be most significant data, barring some sort of huge sale. What do you take away from that, K Mega?
Bullshit. They're trying to make it, and this is my point that I was going to say, is that people forgot that Hellblade 1 on PlayStation, when it was exclusive, sold under 500,000 copies. And that wasn't a $60 game either. To me, it's like when you look at, and I did find it, Big Bad Mo, he's right. Hellblade is in the most popular Game Pass list. And the games in front of it is NBA 2K24, Madden, Fallout 76, Forza, Fallout 4, Minecraft, and Rainbow Six Siege. That's impressive. And the games that's in front of that Hellblade, and the games that Hellblade is in front of is
Yobi ain't going for it.
Yobi ain't going. So he said they moving the goalposts again. Yeah, no, he's right. They are. They keep changing these narratives, and now they're trying to. They are quick to want to put fear into the Xbox fan base to make them. I get it. I get that I get wore down as well with the rhetoric that they say. Now they know that the whole thing of saying Xbox doesn't have any games and all this. So now they're trying to pinpoint it's like, well, Xbox is going to give all their games away. And now they're saying, well, if the game doesn't sell well, then they're going to shut down that studio. But yet they didn't say anywhere in that article that Ninja Theory got greenlit for 3 other games. They got Project Mara that's coming out, most likely Hellblade 3, because that's going to be a sequel. That if you played the game, you'll understand that. And then whatever else that they have that's going to be coming after that, which could be one of their classics that they've made before, or a new game. Who knows? But regardless, they're fine. And I think so, and I forget who made that point. It might have been you, Ham. Could have been any. I don't know who made that point on GRG Friday, but it was a great point. They didn't buy Ninja Theory.
That was me.
That was you. Me. Yeah,
I've been saying that for weeks.
That was a great point. They didn't buy Ninja Theory with a group in a group like they did ZeniMax or Activision. They bought Hellblade. They bought Ninja Theory by itself. And when they announced Hellblade, they announced it in 2018, which I felt was still the best Xbox showing I've ever seen, because that shit blew my mind. And I told people this when it happened. I said, Ninja Theory is going to be the one that people are going to look at and say, yo, this is the studio right here that's going to set the bar. And they did. Now we'll see what Coalition does with Gear 6, with what they're going to do with that, because I think now it's officially the Coalition's time to take over to be the number one franchise behind, I would say, Forza and behind Halo. I think that because Halo needs time to rest. They need time to cook. Halo needs its time. Halo has to get it together on the fact of finding its identity again. They've tried to listen to too many different people, and they have, and then all the other turmoil. No. It is now Gear's time to be that game to hold serve with Forza, and I feel that Ninja Theory is also set the tone of what graphics can look like going forward, and it's the standard now. That's and I've said that, and I mean that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stand on what I said last Friday, what I said probably the Friday before, and probably what I said the Friday prior to that, whenever this whole Tango and Arcane thing happened. Like, I've been telling these people, and I don't understand why. And actually, I shouldn't say I don't understand why. I totally understand why these big news outlets are saying what they're saying, and it's to garner clicks. But like, to be all honest, it's just like, just use your brain just a little bit. Like, Tango and Arcane, if they were outside of Bethesda now, or not now, but prior to them being purchased by Bethesda, Microsoft wouldn't have batted an eye at them. They wouldn't have been like, oh man, we need to go grab Tango. Or, oh man, you see what Arcane Austin is doing. No, the whole reason behind the purchase of ZeniMax was mainly Bethesda, probably id Tech and id Software, because they're fucking geniuses over there. And then everything else kind of, and then like whatever like ESO and stuff does, right? And then everything else was just kind of like trial and tribulation. We'll see. We'll see how everything else works out. Same with Activision. I wouldn't be surprised if next year we hear about more stuff going away from Activision. I wouldn't be surprised because they bought Activision for mainly like Activision's big piece that is like called
and Blizzard, yeah,
Overwatch, yeah, and Blizzard with their Diablos and their and their ability and for King
StarCraft
and their and their mobile ports and stuff like that. There's gonna be some things that just kind of just don't make the cut after so long, after they get done doing their measurements of what's worth keeping and what's not worth keeping. And I'm sure that's what this last year and a half has been for Microsoft with Bethesda, is kind of a trial period with part of Bethesda. Is this going to work? How's the reception on it? Oh, the reception isn't that great. Well, sorry, but we can't keep you here.
Right.
But when you look at Ninja Theory, it's a totally different situation. You got purchased for who you are.
Right.
You got purchased because you did a great job with Hellblade and you have history of doing other things as well. But we really like what you just did with Hellblade. That was phenomenal. And we want you guys to capitalize with that. And we'll see what else we can work on afterwards. A lot of people make a note about, oh man, it took so long for them to get this game out.
It didn't.
What's kind of interesting is, like, you know, and I feel like we talked about this last Friday as well, is, you know, they had that whole period of where they couldn't even do any mocap. Right. Because of COVID.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And then on top of it, you just got a ton of new equipment. You got a ton of new equipment that you're able to make this game look this damn good. You're using a whole new engine in Unreal Engine 5, and you're one of the first games to come out and not have bugs on Unreal Engine 5.
Bro, incredible.
So it's just like, this team is clearly cared about over at Microsoft. I'm not worried like all this Kind of Funny or IGN or GameSpot or Forbes or Washington Post or whatever the fuck. All these people saying, oh, I'm really worried about the studio. Y'all are lying.
They are.
You know you're not worried about the studio. You know the studio is just fine. They got purchased on their own. They already got approved for another game. We're still talking about this when we know they got approved for another game.
Yeah.
It's bogus. It's absolutely bogus. But let me go on ahead and finish this article, because I might as well.
Okay. All right.
Because I asked you what you took away from it, and you spoke about what you took away from it. But let him tell you what you're supposed to take away from it. All right. Okay. So he says, so the takeaway here is that there do not seem to be all that many total players for Hellblade 2 at launch here. However, we simply don't know at this point what Xbox considers a metric for success, especially with something like AA Game Pass games. But everyone is understandably on edge after the shutdown of Hi-Fi Rush's studio, a hugely acclaimed game that Microsoft widely bragged about it as a success at the time. Time out real quick. Time out. This is a fucking flagrant foul that is happening in this article. Because if you scroll up and read the headline of it, it says Hellblade 2 as the 23rd most played game. There is zero praise here for any of this.
None.
This is a slander piece, if I've ever read one. Like you're not telling people, hey, this is why it's 23rd, and that's pretty good. Because 23rd isn't, I mean, if you think about the category of Xbox played games as a whole, less than a week after its launch, this is pretty good.
Well, I was
for
going
a single player game.
Yeah, I was going to read. I was going to let you know where it's placed at, and what's and I told you what was in front of it, but now what's behind it. But go ahead, continue. Because I just
that's all I had to say. Okay, man, I just think this is bogus. It
is bogus. I mean, keep reading that bullshit if you want to. That shit is it's nothing but hyperbolic bullshit. That's all it is. And listen, this is what's funny to me, right? Because now all of these PlayStation dudes is like I said earlier, it's tracking behind Hi-Fi as far as peak players on count on Steam. Yeah, okay, that's fine, but you forgot about Game Pass. Do you know those numbers or where it's tracked? Well, I can tell you right here, where as we could thank Big Bad Mo to sit there and let us know that it's in the top. Okay, there's a top 15 of the most popular games on Game Pass. That's playing Game Pass. And it's number 7 behind all multiplayer games, except for Fallout 4, which Fallout 4 has turned into. That's the only game. Everything else, from Rainbow Six Siege, Minecraft, Forza Horizon 5, Fallout 76, Madden, NBA 2K, and right behind NBA 2K24 on Game Pass is Hellblade 2. And what's in front and what's behind it? Sea of Thieves, the game that's on PlayStation that's outselling on pre-orders, even the UL exclusives. Get it right. A game, the Show 24, another multiplayer game, a baseball game. It's outdoing Halo Infinite, Jedi Survivor, Gang Beasts. I'm pressing the wrong button. Gang Beasts, UNFC 4, Diablo 4. Death by
tearing up the streets right now,
bro. And Diablo 4 is tearing up the streets. And then, like he said, and Dead by Daylight, you know how big that game is online. And Farmer Simulator 22. Which is nut. Those are the games behind Hellblade 2. So you can make all this stuff about saying all this bullshit about Steam numbers, which is fine if that's what you want to live by, but we don't see you coming in here talking about, man, hey, y'all want to talk about what's going on with Helldivers 2 and those numbers that drop like a rock? Come on, man. Y'all don't. So what you're trying to say is trying to present this as though, Xbox is going to shut down the studio because this game is not getting the eyes or the attention. And what you don't know is the numbers that this game is producing on Game Pass. And it's 7th best out of the top 15. Come on now. Listen, I'm glad that you showed that to us, Mo, because you know what I'm saying? I don't even look. I don't even track like that because it don't matter to me. But I'll definitely be looking at it more often. You know what I'm saying? So that just tells you right there that there's eyes on the game. There's people playing it. So And if you got that many people and what, we're close to with 35 million subscribers. If they got 1 million, if they got 1 million people playing the game, right? That's more than what they got when it was on PlayStation exclusive. When Hellblade 1 first came out, which is sold under 500,000 copies. Come on now, we got to stop doing this. We got to stop doing this. We got to stop doing this shit.
I'll continue to read on because it gets even more fun. It gets more fun. So then Paul continues to say, he says, according to reports, Ninja Theory's next game is already green lit, and they are at no danger of being shuttered like other studios. That's not official and was not claimed after these launch numbers, but it would be very unwise for Microsoft to cut and run from a talented studio if Hellblade 2 underperforms by internal metrics, as it was unwise to do so with Tango Gameworks, in parentheses. It continues to say the original Hellblade sold The original Hellblade sold 1 million copies over the first year and ended up with 6 million players in 4 years. But now in the Game Pass era, sales are sales are fractional, and it's about total players or hours played, and only Microsoft has full access to that data. Given everything, however, even with close to identical reviews, Xbox exclusivity, and a sequel arriving 7 years later seems to have limited Hellblade 2's reach. A great many people are certainly enjoying it, but it seems far fewer
Well, hold
than
on.
the audience of the first game based on what we're seeing here.
Oh, okay, so this dude.
All right.
So, okay. All right. Again, it's like I said, you ain't got to believe me. Go look up the Hellblade numbers when it was exclusive to PlayStation. It was the game didn't hit a million until it went to Xbox and PC. And then I think a couple of years after it hit, I think over over 2 million sold. But when it was exclusive on PlayStation, less than 500,000 copies sold. What are y'all talking about? And I'm looking at and this one dude keeps coming out here and saying, he said Hellblade 2 estimated to be selling around 200K. From where? If you're talking about from the Steam numbers, then you talk about Steam numbers, then that's pretty goddamn good. Then let's talk about the Xbox number. Are you talking about overall? Then okay, let's see how it did, because let's see if it can hit the same amount that it did at 500K. And then you're not even equating also the number of people who's playing it on that's in the top 7 of the most played on Game Pass. Those subscribers too. So listen, as long as it gets over the 500,000 that it reached over of people playing the game and also from Game Pass and also buying the game, then it did its job. And then continuously people will get it when it goes on sale, things like that. So listen, man, come on. Y'all got to stop this. This is crazy. This is nuts. These guys, you know what I'm saying? This guy's in here. There's people in here to 250K. He said, oh, hold on. Was it 250K? I don't know. I thought it was 500K. But anyway, regardless, I don't know. This shit is funny though. But that's disgusting to me. That's disgusting. These people, man. That's what I'm saying. The gaming media is man. Why is it? I can't wait to see what he's got to say about Stellar Blade. Because Stellar Blade is how many? What did it reach?
In what?
On PlayStation. I mean, that's the only place where it's at right now.
I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, and they want you to be that way. I don't care about what the numbers is on PlayStation because they got 60 million consoles sold. What's those numbers for there for Stellar Blade? What's that look like?
I don't think it's bad at all.
Oh shit! Oh, I stand corrected. Big Bad Mo, he said, yeah, it was 250K on PlayStation for Hellblade 1. So I gave them 350 more thousand. It was 250,000 sold copies.
250 more.
I mean 250 more. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was saying yeah. Well, I'll tell you that Oklahoma education is fucking me up. Well, I'm going to blame it on this beer, on this German beer. You can't mix all that up anyway. But no, yeah. But no, come on, man. Okay, so let's just do this then. Okay, so when it was exclusive and I said 500,000, so I was off. It was 250K, and if it's at 2, and if what old dude was saying that it's estimate that it's at 200K on Xbox, then it only needs another 50,000 to meet what the PlayStation did, and we're talking about a console that had 100 million consoles at that time, or it was 80 to 100 million at that time. So what are you trying to say? So I mean, if it's making the same amount of numbers, then it's but you're not including the Game Pass numbers on top of that. So I don't know. So as long as it meets its expectations, that's all that matters. So you did you give it to me, Sir X Man? I'm sorry, Sir X Man. I did. I'm pretty sure I forgot by then.
Sir X Man gave you something else right here. Go on and read it.
Oh, he said you know they got approved for Hellblade. Yeah, no, I did see about that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got 3 games in the works right now. They got well, not in the works right now, but they got Project Martha, and then they're going to work on the sequel of Hellblade, and then it's going to be another game that they're going to be working on, and I don't know what that game is, and hopefully it might be one of their classics. I mean, I know it won't be Heavenly Sword because that's a place that PlayStation still owns the rights to that, I believe. But it could be the one game with his name was Monkey. He rode on that hoverboard, really cool game. He was with a chick. I forgot what that game was called. I hope that they bring that back. So,
all right, well, let's go ahead and just move on because this topic stinks.
Yeah, that was garbage.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for bringing it up, Big Mad Mo. But then I ended up at this article, and that was not great. The article stunk. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the new game that's going to be coming out later on, I believe in September. And I'm extremely excited about it. Space Marine 2. So they have this new gameplay trailer that came out, and I'm wondering where your interest levels are on it, and do you think they're gonna improve enough on this game for it to be good from the first one?
Well, I haven't played a lot of this franchise. I've played the other game. I went ahead and bought it. I liked it, but I ain't put a lot of time in it yet. But I got was it 40? There's so many of these damn games. It was it was a single player. It wasn't a multiplayer. So and I liked that. I thought that was pretty cool. So I when I first seen it, I got really excited about it, and then I watched some more like early gameplay of it, and I'm hyped for it. I mean, I'm saying it's a game that I'll definitely play for sure. It's just that the hype level that I have for, let's say, Black Myth or for college football is a lot more NFL. Yeah. I say college football. Yeah, it's way higher. So yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to wanting to play this game, and I'm
forget about college football. I'm trying to forget.
No, it's around the corner, sucker. And so yeah, so it's on a lower level because also I keep forgetting about Stalker 2 is going to be coming out, and I'm actually hype about Stalker 2. So this is kind of at that lower tier of excitement to where like I can't wait to play it. Will this be a day one buy for me? Probably. They'll see what my money is and see what games is coming out around that time, because NBA 2K kind of comes out around that time and stuff like that. So this might be a game that I pick up maybe around the holidays and things of that nature. But yeah, no, I am interested in wanting to play it because I like co-op games. I really do enjoy playing them. So
I clearly am going to be more interested in this than you are, because I'm hyped for this game. I think this because I am I always call myself co-op. I love co-op games. Like you cannot like I would rather play co-op games over single player games almost any day. Like but for this game in particular, it just looks very shiny and compared to the last one.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Like it looks wild. Like I have the original one on my 360. I wish it was backwards compatible. That'd be dope. It should be. I don't see why it isn't, but it totally should be. But this game looks phenomenal. It looks like something that's gonna hold me over until Gears of War comes out. That's kind of the way I look at Space Marine. Is like kind of like a Gears of War with a less intriguing story. It's just kind of how I look at it. The first one, like the first one has some pretty dope functions. Like I definitely like how they implement more on this game than they do with Gears of melee weapons. Like they really like encourage you to use the melee weapons a lot more and have them be more of a finisher. Like they have different types of finishers in compared to just having the chainsaw gun, kind of. And I know you can every once in a while pick up a melee weapon in Gears, but it's not like Space Marine where they like kind of encourage you to use it much more.
Yeah.
As like a finishing move and stuff like that, sneaking up on people and yada yada yada. But I'm pretty stoked for this game. One thing I am starting to like kind of possibly realize or maybe put together is I really think Gears 5 is gonna look a lot better than this game.
Got Gears 5 or Gears 6?
Gears
6. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Gears 6. Like I'm looking
at
this game and it looks great and whatnot. I don't think it's on par with what they showed the first time. I'm actually kind of interested in going to the original trailer for Space Marine because I don't remember it looking that dang good. Hey, what you playing?
Sorry. Yeah, there you go. Turn that down. Yeah, I just wanted to show that. I'm sorry.
No. You're good. So I'm gonna go to the original Space Marine 2 trailer. Like, because I think that was at like the Game Awards or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure that one looked way more wild.
It did. It looked a lot better that was the thing that I noticed when I seen the gameplay trailer from it the other day, and I'm like, it don't look as polished as it did. So that kind of tells me that they had to do some downgrading or whatever for whatever reason. So I don't know, but I'm confident. It's just that I'm not confident day one because, like I said, I don't know what games are going to be available at that time. That because if NBA 2K comes out at the same time that does, I'm getting NBA 2K. We know that Black Myth is going to be like 2 weeks away from that date. I'm copping that. I'm still going to be playing college football Madden. So so that's what I'm saying. And then if Stalker is around that same time,
look at this.
Yeah,
that looks a little different, in my opinion.
It does.
I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
Dark saying he's buying it day one on Xbox. Go ahead. All right, Dark.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna get this game day one because I'm gonna want to play it with a few folks. Probably.
Oh yeah, I will play. I'll definitely play it with you guys. I just want to. I don't know. We'll just see what's all coming out because if Stalker 2 comes out around that same time, and I don't know, so.
I don't know. I feel like this one looks better though. This trailer, like the fidelity of it, just looks better in my opinion. Because see, like way back then it says it's coming out in 2023 and what.
Right. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. They look like they downgraded some things. I don't know, but
go ahead and show you gameplay.
All right. So, but this is the game right here. I wanted to. Yeah, that's not it. This is it right here. But this right here is what I'm kind of stoked about right here.
You on that First Descent?
Yeah, that's First Descent right here, man. Bro, real crispy. I am, you know what I'm saying? So y'all can have stellar yams for right now. I got my little stellar yam right here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I got my own yam.
I got my own little yammy. Anyway, but yeah, no, the game is just fun. It's kind of plays like Outriders and a little bit of The Division. You know what I'm saying? But
it looks just like it.
Yeah, and it's really dope. No, it's not CGI. This is the game. These are the graphics in the game. So It's dope. I've been playing it all this weekend. So
He does kind of look like Eve though a little bit.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, this character, because there's multiple characters. It's not just her. It's multiple characters, but she's a new character that they introduced in this final trial. So I was like, oh, let me try it out. And I was like, oh snap, okay, Eve, you got some competition. So
oh man,
yeah.
I mean, yo, I don't know.
Eve got competition, but look at that. Bro, hold on. Look at that. Let me get to this one part. Let me get to the multiplayer part. All right, so
I don't know. She might be a little thicker than Eve. I don't know.
She might. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But there's a whole array of this. I like all the different characters, and she can control water. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. I got other games.
Say something, but I don't want to.
What you gonna say?
I ain't gonna say that on stream,
bro. When this comes out, I'm copping. Like I'm thinking this is going to be a free to play, but this is whatever edition. So that's what I'm saying. It's coming out this summer, from what I understand, if not end of the year. So I'm copping this. So yeah, it's a really cool game, man. I wanted to try to get to part where you can, and it's seamless. You can go into certain places by yourself, or you can play you can play with up to 4 people. So yeah, and it's just it's a fun ass game. So what you said, this game is so sexualized. Share the link so I know how to avoid.
Yeah, sure. I
can't share that link, buddy. Yeah, see, they got different.
Give me that link so I can make sure I'm not looking.
Right, and they got different abilities and powers and stuff, like each character does, and it's I think 4 or 5 women, and like 4 to 5 guys that you could choose from. I was playing with this one guy that has fire, and I don't know, but yeah, no, I'm really excited for this game
with the hood and the backpack and shit.
Yeah. So is it one of these things? So I don't know. Have you got a chance to play this game, or is this your first time seeing this game?
No. I told you I played it.
That's right. Oh, that's right. You said the first trial. That's right. The first. Yeah, that's right. Well, this was delayed. They said it. I think Big Bad Mo said it was 48 hours. So I'm going to check and see if it's still there, still available. If not, I'll just have to wait until get back, so I can get back to my new Eve. Y'all can have this. Oh, this new Eve right here. I like this. Anyway, so it's a cool game though. It's real fun. Kind of and then what's crazy is that it gets harder and harder and harder. So when I'm on this other level, like, man, I was getting destroyed. I had to play with somebody who was a level 45 in order just for me to just get past this one section. So it might look a little easy here, but it definitely is. It definitely picks up the pace. It gets a lot stronger. And so, yeah, and the weapon variations and what you can do with customizations, it's a pretty dope, detailed game, man. Like I said, it caught my interest and had me. So once I got done with Hellblade, I was like, man, I want to kind of play something else. And I seen that this was available, and I was like, all right, cool, let's go. So
this game surprised me on the second showcase that Xbox had last year. Mm-hmm. They were talking about this game, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty slick and whatnot. And it definitely looks exactly like what they showed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with it. But the last
topic, there is a story on here too as well. Yeah.
Okay. I mean that. Yeah. I'd sure hope so, but I'm kind of thinking it's gonna be like a story, kind of like
no.
Stellar Blade.
No, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's that bad. I don't. I think it's got some grounding to it. Now it's not groundbreaking or anything like that, but it might be. I don't know. I haven't played Stellar Blade, so but it does have a story, so it's not just thickness. But anyway, you think she's thicker than Eve, though? You think she's thicker than Eve?
She might be just like fractional. It'd be.
I don't know
if it was. I don't know.
Your choice.
I need to do more research.
Okay, all right, yeah, do more research. I've done plenty of research. I said, let's go.
All right. So the last topic that we're going to end it here today is on Xbox having their showcase here in just a couple weeks.
That's right. Let's go.
And they made this post. When did they make this post? Just a few days ago, like 4 days ago. And they said GG to all who guessed it right. Who guessed it right? Which it wasn't very like nobody didn't know who it was, but they put the they took the redacted thing off and showed Black Ops 6 and whatnot. We talked about Black Ops 6's new trailer just a little bit ago, but here's what I gotta ask you: is like a lot of people are running with the narrative that this showcase is gonna be the PlayStation showcase as well.
Yeah.
What are kind of your thoughts on that whole idea?
It's ridiculous until we see Gears, Forza, Halo, State of Decay, come over and get on PlayStation. Then that's when you can say, yeah, the whole exclusive thing, Xbox, whatever. It's like I've said before, if Xbox turns over, let's say 50 to 60% of their games and put them on other platforms, that still means that they have another 50% of content that's still exclusive to the Xbox. Now, I would think that they would probably maybe go. Now, if you're talking about just what the games were like with ZeniMax and so forth, because I don't see Fable ever coming to PlayStation. So that's a game that's a console seller for Xbox. That game is not coming to PlayStation. They would be smart to keep Starfield because it didn't need PlayStation to be successful. I hope that those rumors are not true. But whatever the deal that they made with ZeniMax, for ZeniMax to say, look, we want to be acquired by you guys, that could be the whole, that might be the whole slate. Who knows, right? That's ZeniMax. We already know Activision is Activision. We hope that that some of the new IPs that they make will stay exclusive for Xbox. But until I see Fable, Forza, Gears, Halo come over to PlayStation, we can't keep saying that this is all for PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation's going to get Doom, and I had to ask the question. I'm like, I never seen a Doom game that was exclusive, and people told me it was Doom 3, but I'm thinking now it's because of the limitations because of the hardware. I'm assuming because you couldn't play Doom 3 on PlayStation 2, but it is what it is. So that's the only Doom game that was exclusive. So therefore, I just never thought in my mind that Doom would be exclusive. Now we've had discussions and saying, well, if they made that decision, that would be wild. That would be dope for Xbox gamers. But it just doesn't seem like it would make sense. But for everything else, let's just have and enjoy the show. Like every time, there's always this doom and gloom before the show. Every time. And Xbox did something that they haven't done in a really long time, is drop a banger, a true banger, a game that has everybody talking about it, and then have their show just right around the corner. So Xbox was fantastic on placing that game, placing Hellblade where it is, and then getting people ready just a couple of weeks to go to where we're going to have their event. You know what I mean? So let's just see what they have. Of course, every game that they're going to show, if we don't hear exclusive or something like that, the stands are going to go crazy. The media themselves are going to ask the questions and try to divert from what Xbox is going to show. So let's just have a good time and have that discussion later. I hope Xbox addressed that shit right off the bat so we don't even have to have that discussion. You know what I mean? Like, have that game to come out and says exclusive. That's it. Then there ain't no question. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But Xbox get cute and you put this game out here and it, or say, I forgot what the other wording that they put on a couple of games to kind of let you know there was going to be a multi-plat. Then it's cooked. Or if you see a little fine print, then okay. But let's just have a good time and see what the show, because I think that they're going to, again, have the best showing than anybody else coming out in 2024. I mean, Xbox has been doing it for the last 6 years, where they've been 7 years, where they've been just kicking ass and taking names with their showing. So I think it's just going to be another great show.
Yeah, I find it funny because it's obvious that it's obvious that Xbox is going to be creating games that go to PlayStation because of what they've said in the past with the whole legacy and whatnot, and they've also said case by case basis.
Right.
So then it goes to outside of just legacy as well that they may be choosing from, which I'm thinking is more of a multiplayer aspect than it is a single player aspect. I'm kind of with you on the whole idea of until I start to see all of these other games, Starfield, Hellblade 2, and I mean, to be real, Hellblade 2, I'm surprised that didn't get announced for everything as well, just because of the legacy behind it being on PlayStation as well. In fact, first before it even got to Xbox. So I'm interested in this showcase and what they and what they have to say. But one thing that I wanted to kind of point out that I think is funny, more or less, I guess funny, is that I think Xbox or Microsoft themselves are relishing in the idea of people not knowing where things are.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
100%. I think they love that PlayStation fans are saying this is coming to PlayStation, and they really don't know if it's coming or not.
Right.
And they just see the fans over on PlayStation hungry.
Very hungry.
And looking to Xbox to save them.
Yeah, look
at that wild. Like,
bro, excited for the Xbox showcase because openly. You for Xbox games. See, that is funny. That is funny.
They're openly admitting now that Xbox has games.
Ooh,
they're
games
openly admitting it because I mean they'll try to put these caveats out there, but it doesn't work. The caveats don't work if you're still saying this showcase is for me too. Those caveats get ran right the fuck over. They're gone. Oh, yeah. They're done. They're cooked. Yeah. So now they're clearly getting other targeted audiences to look at their stuff, and they're wondering, hey, is it gonna come? Well, I feel like that's gonna be funny moving forward. And they may even put a little bit more breadcrumbs out there, right? This is the little surpriser piece of this game might come out, and this game might come out, and whatnot, and then pull the rug from under you, and say, well, this one's only coming to Xbox. Right. This one's only coming to Xbox. This one's only coming to Xbox, and then all of a sudden you're like, I guess I need to get an Xbox. And I totally think I said this back when they were talking about putting Hi-Fi Rush on the Xbox way before Hi-Fi Rush or even Sea of Thieves even came out for the PlayStation. I was like, they are doing something real nefarious over there. They're doing something extremely nefarious because not only are they kind of putting their own people kind of in like the midst of this like fight and whatnot, but they're also pulling people that were extremely against Xbox and showing them how little they really are against Xbox. Right. And I felt like Hi-Fi, but more or less Sea of Thieves revealed it was like I said last Friday, it took the mask off of Scooby-Doo's, the bad guy Scooby-Doo's been running after all episode long, and it's just like, it was you the whole time. You really do enjoy this game, you lying son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, I feel like the way Xbox is going, it's a little bit of a dangerous path, but it's also extremely fruitful, depending on how they depending on how they show up to the events and more or less advertise things. The way that they're already campaigning and advertising Call of Duty, it's already looking a little reckless.
Bro, nuts.
I can only imagine what like Xbox is gonna look like in 2 years. And I'm thinking like, you know, if Xbox announces and drops extremely interesting and dope new console that not only you could use at home but take with you and stuff like that, kind of like the Switch and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it does all this wow stuff and has all the graphics and all that other stuff that we're currently getting with our Series X's, but maybe even a step up, right? With like frame rate and stuff like that. This could be really something going on, because I've been trying to tell people, and we talked about it a little bit because Cozy was talking and saying, you know, how Xbox will never, you know, be able to outdo like PlayStation and consoles and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and in my opinion, I think that is false. I feel like everybody's saying that there is no way in hell, or absolutely no chance, that Xbox could ever sell more consoles again than a PlayStation, or sell more hardware. However, if you want to call Xbox still a console, or oh, it's now a PC, whatever, hardware. Okay, let's just get to the nitty gritty of what it is. It's hardware. So I think that that's bullshit, because people have no problem flipping when it benefits them.
Oh yeah, no. It's like I said Friday.
In a second.
There's no loyalty. No loyalty for the casual market.
Look at some of the hardest gangsters getting pulled into jail. Do they flip? Absolutely. Some of those motherfuckers flip. No goddamn problem. Loyalty doesn't mean shit when it comes to consumer products. It is, what have you done for me lately? That's all that it is. Because I mean, I seen somebody that posted in your thread last week for GRG. They're like, the 360 had everybody captivated, and I was like, yeah, exactly. You're proving my point right there. Because the PS2 had everybody captivated. Then all of a sudden, the 360 has everybody captivated.
That's right.
And then all of a sudden, Xbox stepped into some shit, and the PS4 had everybody captivated. And it moved on into this generation as well, because Xbox never fixed the problem in the last generation and let it carry on into this generation. So now that they have all these acquisitions, they have Bethesda and some of the teams around there, they have Activision and all of those teams. They got Obsidian. They got all these guys, Ninja Theory, all these folks, 30 plus teams. They're gonna walk into a generation with that many teams. It's not the same. People are saying that there's no way they could make a comeback. Yo, how many times has AT&T fell to the wayside and then made a comeback? How many times has DirecTV fell apart and then came back? Do you see what I'm saying? These businesses have these moments where they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know how to navigate. They don't know how to forecast. But once they figure it out, it's a problem for the opposition. It's a problem.
Yeah. No, it is. It is.
I mean, how many times have we heard about, oh, Netflix is dying? And then all of a sudden it has the most fucking numbers again.
I said that last week. I said that last week on this show. I said, man, I said the same thing. Like that, they keep on trying to say these things are dying and dying and dying, and then next thing you know, and then they would try to start that bullshit too, talking about, oh well, we got to be concerned because they canceled this show, they canceled that show, and next thing you know, here they come with another a whole bunch of other shows that replaced the shows that they canceled. Like, a lot of us just don't know about business, especially the way that it's constructed today when you're involving these subscription services. All I know is that every time that I look at my bank account, I'm paying all the time. Me and my wife is paying tons of money to services, and some of them that we don't even watch all the time or use. You know what I'm saying? But we're still constantly paying into it. Things like that. They're making money hand over fist. I mean, not everything is going to last or be around, but when you have the best service, you're going to still be sustainable. And that is in game. Look, they remember him when they said, well, they got to get to 100 million. They can't be sustainable if they don't get to 100 million. If they don't get to that, because I think it was right when they got to like 5 million or something like 5 to 6, 7 million or something like that. And they say, well, if they get to 20, they might survive, but I don't see them getting there. Well, they got to 20 million. Then they said, well, if they don't get to this, they don't get to. And when they announced that Call of Duty is getting ready to come on Game Pass, that shit's going to jump up to 50 million. Easy. You think easy? Oh, Call of Duty on Game Pass? Bro, people are going to find out what the fuck Game Pass is because I'm trying to save it to where because Garcia had a point here. I want to get to that. But yeah, no. That's where it comes back to the loyalty thing. People keep thinking, yeah, PlayStation is known all over the world. Xbox is not. I mean, that's why I posted what Blue Arrow said. What's going on, Miss K? How you doing? Young lady? Hope you're having a great Memorial Day. But that's what Blue Arrow says. He's like, if Xbox wants to increase their console base, Xbox should actually do marketing outside of the US. And then he posted another thing saying, hell, there's people in other countries don't even know Xbox exists. It comes back down to the advertising sector. But going to what Garcia said, this might be the whole strategy of what Xbox is from the beginning, because they did say that in that damn documentary. And he says Xbox was not created to compete with Sony, but to divert Sony from replacing the home PC. They told us this on the first episode of the Power of documentary, and he's right. Fact. He's right. And this is why I keep going to this, right? I keep saying this because it just makes sense. Xbox is last stand. I mean, last move is Steam. It's Steam. Because they already have the PC market completely locked. Apple, Linux, none of that shit. Nothing touches Microsoft. Microsoft is PC pretty much, right? Like, it is what it is. They buy that fucking app. It's a wrap. Sony has to play ball on all cases. And when the reality of it is that, yeah, you may run the console market, but the console market doesn't come close to the PC or mobile market, because we haven't even talked about Microsoft and what they're going to do now since they got mobile games to throw out. So, listen, I know I seen old dude bring up this rumor, because I seen it from Colt as well, saying that it was some kind of weird way that Colt posted it, that Gears collection is going to be coming to PlayStation or whatever. And I'll just remind you, Colt also was the one that said that Madden 24 was coming to Madden 23 was coming to Game Pass day one. You know what I mean? So we can't keep saying, well, Colt can't be right all the time. Now, if this happened, then I'm going to be looking real suspect, like what the fuck is going on? But will it come into this situation of what the hell Xbox is doing? But it all comes down to the strategy of them. If they saying, well, if we got a way to sit here and to coil ourselves around PlayStation, and this is the way to do it, we know that our fans ain't going to like it, but we're going to get what we want at the end of the day, and we're going to have Sony where we want them, because we're going to make so much money And it'll be what I've always said. Xbox will become the market leader because they'll still sell consoles without selling more consoles than PlayStation or Nintendo. So, I mean, and I've been saying that I wasn't thinking this strategy would be what they would do, but if they did that, would I like it? Fuck no, I wouldn't like it. I don't like that High Five Rush went over there. I don't like to see if Thieves is over there. But again, if it's making money hand over fist, I mean, now High Five Rush was a dud. It didn't do shit. It didn't do shit properly on Xbox, and it do shit. It damn sure it did worse on PlayStation. So, you know, learn trial by fire. You know, Redfall is gone dead on the wayside because of its failures, right? But I don't know. We'll see what this strategy is. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Do you see Gears going on PlayStation, Ham? Do you see it?
Do I see what?
Do you see Gears going to PlayStation?
Oh man.
I don't see it. I just don't see it.
No, I'm gonna say no.
I just don't see it. I don't see it.
I'd have to see. I just don't like. If Halo went over there, then I'd maybe be like, all right, maybe.
Oh no, if Halo went over there, then all bets are off. Yeah, the whole Latitude no red line shit, it was real, and Xbox has succumbed to the throat needle. You know what I mean? Like, well, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then what's this that say about the Xbox gamer? Like, you did not support it that much to where you let them do this? Or is it the money hats? Is it what, you know, when you bring your Mount Rushmore title to there and you don't get nothing back in return, which we get back to this point too. We always that this is what the media and also these content creators come out and they say this bullshit too. Well, Xbox is just going to give this away. Xbox is just going to give that away, and then come to find out Xbox got way more than what you thought and expected. It would if Gears would come over to PlayStation, you best motherfucking believe something's coming back from PlayStation to Xbox. There is no way Xbox is just going to do that. See, they put PlayStation in so high of a category and place, and they just forget about all the failures and everything that PlayStation is doing. PlayStation is saying themselves in their having meetings saying going beyond. So that means that they're finna start sending shit out everywhere. They've already been doing it. Now they're finna do it at a higher rate, and we're going to see more noticeable titles go to different places. So let's not get that twisted. But the fact of it is that if Colt was anywhere, and like I said, it was kind of cryptic. So I'm not saying that Colt said that was happening, but we hear all these type of rumors every time around this time of year when it comes to Xbox want to be giving something away or they're doing something crazy or wild or whatever. Until I see it, I don't believe it. That's just how I'm going to put it. I'm not going to believe it until I see it. Rumors be damned.
All right. Well, I mean, that's all I got for today.
That's all I got too. That's just crazy to me. Jazz hasn't been wrong either. I mean, Jazz was over here saying that there was all these other games that were supposed to be coming over and it was only 4. Like, you guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's always also posting the point, and I said this on GRG, where he's saying, they're taking me out of they're taking this out of context. I didn't say that like that. You know what I mean? So stop it. Nick has been wrong as well too. So I mean, tell me somebody who's batting 1,000 that is right at all points. You know what I'm saying? What if it's a Gears mobile game? Then what the fuck y'all gonna say? Come on, man. Until I see it, then I'll believe it. You know what I'm saying? We're racist.
I think it's easy to come out and say something as like maybe a gaming journalist when you know that a lot of people will say or react to your post. Right. So like, so like whether they 100% believe it themselves or they don't even say something fully and somebody just takes it out of context, people are reading into that and wanting to see that. So that's what they're gonna project.
Right. That's just what it is, right? Like, I mean, it's you know what I'm saying? if and let me post this what Garcia said. He says, I think Microsoft decided to be all in on gaming when they realized that gaming is bigger than music, TV, sports, and that's when they started to pick up studios and made Game Pass. Well, I know that, but there is a thing of where you have anywhere from 60 to 90 million loyal Xbox buyers, right? And if they made the strategy, right, let's just say that they're the latitude thing is what they're going to do. Like everything is going to be on everything. They just fuck it. Then, okay, you'll still have about 30 to 40, because when you look at it, you'll have about 30 to 50 million Xbox gamers that will still continue to buy Xbox. But then at that point, and the money that Xbox will make will be substantial. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be crazy, right? But then it gets it to a point to where if you come out with a new title and that new title, let's just say Fable, right? Fable comes out, then then what's the point of throwing an ad of saying that game is going to come into Xbox when that game is going to be on PlayStation too? Like that's to me is where it's like, why would you still continue to keep making consoles and keep telling us that you're going to continue to make consoles if you don't have anything of value to keep people to keep coming to that console? You can make that console, because I mean, if that's the case, then why don't you just then make this hybrid and that's it, and then make this move and then say you're done making consoles, right? Like that's why it's just logically to me, it just don't make sense to put everything out there. Like I said, if you're going to put 40, 50, 60% of the games that you own out everywhere, and as long as you got that 40%, hell, you can even do 70%. You still have 30% of games that's exclusive to that box that you want to sell to people. And to me, it just doesn't seem that if you put Halo, Gears, and Forza, and Fable, and everything else on PlayStation, Nintendo, so forth. I mean, yeah, you make the money, but you kill the brand. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at that. I mean, you ain't gonna kill. You won't kill the brand. The brand will be fine, but the console aspect of it, it just seems like it would be just, I don't know, like, I'd still buy the Xbox. I'm not going to stop buying the Xbox. But to me, it would be just more of a thing like, damn, like, can't be talking about sales numbers, can't be worrying about anything else like that, because they're not going to generate more sales. And maybe that is the strategy. I don't know. We'll see. But until I see Gears there, when I see Gears there, it's not going to change me from not buying an Xbox. Now, I'm different. I'm all in on Xbox. So you get the fuck out of there. I don't care about PlayStation that much for me to go all the way back and, start over. Well, I'm not starting over because, I got PlayStation, but deal with PlayStation bullshit. Not doing that.
Until you, and I mean, here's something that PlayStation fans or not PlayStation fans, but like PlayStation stands is what I should say. Stands just don't really understand. Is like until you really get yourself into the ecosystem and find out what it all can like kind of do for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you just don't understand why that's where I choose to play like 90% of my games.
Right.
It's just because like being able to throw on my Steam Deck and without any internet connection, play Hellblade 2. To me, that's amazing. And pick up exactly where I left off. And then go to my PC, and then go to my Series X, and then go to my Series S, and just keep going. I can keep changing the rooms. I can keep changing other people's, I can hop on somebody else's PC and keep going from where I was. Somebody else's Steam Deck. Somebody's ROG Ally. Like, yo. Like, that's just, like to me, that's just like something I can't do with Nintendo. Something I can't do with PlayStation. And until people understand how convenience is the reason why I am such a big Xbox fan.
Mm-hmm.
There's just nothing I can really say to him.
Right. Like I'm just saying, I'm not leaving that ecosystem to go back to PlayStation's ecosystem full turn. I can be in a PlayStation's ecosystem, going in, playing, doing everything. I mean, I got a PlayStation. That's not the point here. I mean, it's the thing for me is just the everything that you just said and laid out is why I'm an Xbox guy till the end. You know what I'm saying? So that's and again, when we hear all these rumors and people making all these speculations, like it's crazy to me. Like, see, these people are talking as though we know what Sadia's vision really is, and we don't.
We don't
know what's going on. You're going off of assumption of people that has been wrong 9 times out of 10. When they land on something, and that's cool. They beat on their chest or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would listen to a lot more of what Hip Hop Gamer would say more than some of these other people. Because at least his shit comes out and it comes out to be legit. You know what I'm saying? But people don't pay Hip Hop Gamer enough attention. So to me, it's more this thing of like, look, if Xbox would go all in for this whole latitude thing, then damn sure believe then they see something that's coming to where PlayStation and Nintendo is going to do the same thing. Then Nintendo is maybe not putting shit on other consoles, but I do believe that rumor about what Hip Hop Gamer brought up, it was saying that they're going to put Nintendo games on PC. I see it. I see it. So we just got to. Yeah.
Nintendo's finding out that they're not going to pull those people away.
Right. And that to me is like, it's crazy to me that you think that PlayStation is sitting so well that they're not going to make moves either. And they already have been right before your eyes. You just was telling me just 5, 6, 7 years ago, I had arguments with Porter Rock and others that look, PlayStation would never put games on PC. It just doesn't make sense to them. And I said, PlayStation gonna follow the money just like Xbox is following the money. So if Xbox does this, then Xbox sees something that we as gamers in this community do not see. Not saying that I will like it, but it damn sure ain't gonna deter me from playing games. I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck? I don't know. This is wild. It's Bizarro World. It's already been Bizarro World. So I'm just gonna sit back and just watch the ride. We'll see what happens. If there's Gears announce it, I'll definitely have something to say about it. But you know what I'm saying? But it ain't going to, you know what I'm saying? I can cuss and fuss and bitch and moan all I want to, but you know what I'm going to do? Right after I get done bitching and moaning, I'm going to turn this bitch right on right here. Bloop, bloop. Get to gaming. It's all that. I mean, look, it is what it is. I ain't going, at that point, I'll just be like, well, shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We just got to deal with whatever we deal with, but I just don't see it, like I said before. So
and then the last two things I'm gonna read is Garcia put here. Ham Xbox's ecosystem is amazing. It's why I love Xbox since 2001.
Facts.
Same exact thing for me, brother. And then MJ Dark letting everybody know the facts. Nintendo is the real console leader.
And he is
doing good, and it is.
And it's about to surpass the PlayStation 2. PlayStation is so fickle and so it's that old model that used to be absolutely the finest model in the world, but now she's old and you know what I'm saying, she's over here flabby like old Larry Holmes and shit, and she's trying to hold on to the looks and the style, so she just brings up lies and numbers and everything else to try to make herself still look relevant. Nah. Nintendo is still saying, look, we're going to go ahead and take that PlayStation 2 number that you've been holding on to as the most console sold. You can go ahead and add another 6 million to it. That shit is all fluff. We're going to get it. We're going to be the number one selling console of all time. There's nothing you can do about it. That's just basically it. So sorry, Sony, you're going to lose another one to Nintendo. Console wise.
My goodness, you messy. All right, man. Well, okay, Mega, going ahead and let yo folks on your channel know where else they can find you and everything like that, and my channel as well. And then I'll go ahead and do the same.
All right, love you, Sony. Love you, PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? I'll boot you up. I'll boot you up here a little bit later. No, I'm going to boot up Ghost of Tsushima. You got my money there. So, PC. Thank you. Keep bringing them. Keep bringing them. When Stellar Yams comes, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be glorious. Anyway, catch K Mega 405 on my channel. For where some of you guys are at. Also, check out. I got to get in touch with Don this evening and see if he's ready to do Devin the Gamer this week. He couldn't last week, so that's long overdue. So go check us out. I was there hoping to have fight night last night. I was sitting there waiting for people to come through. Nobody didn't come through, so
I forgot.
Nah, I said, man, I stayed there playing Mortal Kombat by myself, and I should have went live with it, but I was over there practicing. And until 12 o'clock, I said, shit, nobody's coming here. So I got out of Discord at like 12:30 and I started playing something else. But anyway, we'll do fight night again tonight. This time I'll go live. If solo or not, doesn't matter. Just go live and do the damn thing. Man, check out GRG Friday, and I'll probably have a My Thoughts video sometime this week as well, too. So thank you guys so much. We out.
All right. Well,
Damn, you hurt your eyes?
Oh no, I just watched a camel eat some cactus or something. I don't know. Anyways, this is your boy M-Solo05 Gaming signing out.
Eve, you in trouble.
You tripping. Anyways, you can check me out here on my channel if you happen to be watching it there right now. You can also check me out on K Mega's channel on Fridays for GRG podcast. But yeah, I do most of my stuff on TSWS Gaming. You may be on my channel watching right now. You may be over on K Mega's channel. You can slide over to my channel if you want to check it out. I'm finishing up a few more interviews before I stop doing that, but I will be continuing to do podcasting and talking about all different types of things revolving around gaming for the most part. I might be branching out and trying something a little new on my podcast as well. Hopefully with K Mega and Loke here in the near future. But anyways, it was good kicking it with you guys this afternoon. This is your boy Ham Solo 05 signing out from TSWS Gaming. K Mega signing out from K Mega 405, I guess. And we'll talk to y'all later.
One more thing before we go.
What's up?
Go check out that Will Smith song that he dropped a day or two ago, or I heard it for the first time last night. It's dope. Will Smith got an album coming out, bro. The bars is ridiculous. He was flowing his ass off without one curse word. Will Smith still got it. And also check out LL Cool J's freestyle. Man, these old dudes still showing y'all, man.
Oh
look,
yeah, I've seen LL Cool J's freestyle.
Yeah, listen to Will Smith's cut, man. That shit is beaten. I was very highly impressed. But anyway, all right.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.